Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome race fans wherever you are around the world. We are live for a very special event on the Alliance Sim Racing calendar, the Pink Finss Christmas Charity Special event. And today is about far more than just racing. Today we're racing with a purpose, proudly supporting Pink Finss, an incredible organisation dedicated to helping women, men and their families diagnosed with cancer. This is a cause that's close to a lot of heart in the motorsport community and certainly a lot of heart here in the ASR community. Good evening to everyone. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome on in. If you're coming back, it's great to see you again. Welcome to Simple Racing Broadcasts, and my name is Jared Cole. I am joined in the booth by a crack team of commentary experts this evening. Dean Biggles-Hopton back in the booth with us again tonight, Isaac Edwards and also Isaac Fogarty on his way to join us a little bit later on. And this is going to be an absolute cracker of an event. I'll start with you, Biggles. It's great to have you back here once again to commentate on some ASR racing, and this one's going to be a very, very interesting one indeed, isn't it?
It is certainly, Jared. Absolutely. Fantastic for everybody that's turned up. A big turn up of drivers that we have here this evening. So we do have to thank that. And of course, I thank you everybody for tuning in. Their charity donations, of course, all the information is in the description. And thank you very much. Make sure you support the Pink Finss. And of course, we're here in Adelaide, a new track on iRacing. And I remember as a kid growing up, and Adelaide comes. There used to be a song, Adelaide Comes Alive, in 1985. That's when Formula One was first starting to come on this track, and now, of course, we're going to be finally here in the virtual world, chucking these V8 supercars around.
And what a bunch of drivers to be doing it with as well. Isaac, you know as well as I do, mate, like supercars and Adelaide just go hand in hand. It's going to be very, very interesting to see just how much this compares to the very recent real-world Adelaide race tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone remembers what happened in the real-life Adelaide Grand Final a couple of weeks back.
No rain here tonight, though.
No, well, when you put in rain with street circuits, there's usually going to be a lot of chaos, and we did kind of see that in the first race at the Adelaide Grand Final. Unfortunately, Thomas Randall having that moment at turn 8, which will be I think will be a hotspot for the racing here tonight, I would assume.
Oh, it absolutely will be. And to that point, let's talk a little bit about the rules for this evening, because there are some specific rules that have been added on in for tonight's race to just try and just reduce a little bit of that carnage. As we said before, the weather looking absolutely perfect. Race distance tonight is 400 kilometres. 123 laps lie ahead of these drivers who are out there on track qualifying right now. We do have a time certain finish, though, of 10:45 p.m. daylight savings time. So that is, look, roughly 4 hours from now, plus 10 minutes or so. So plenty of time to get it in there, assuming we don't end up with too many safety cars here this evening. But being Adelaide, can never quite tell. This is a team event, being an endurance run. So 2 drivers in each team. And we will try and catch up with a few of them throughout the race. A few rules that have been applied for this evening. Usual drive-through penalties at 25 and 40 incident points, and a DQ at 55 incident points. But more importantly, when we talk about some of the really difficult corners that you do have to navigate here at Adelaide, turns 1, 2 and 8 do have single file rules applied. There are specified points on the track where drivers need to either be in front or be prepared to back out to make it through that turn single file. And look, it's a bit unusual for sure, but I think it's the only way that we're going to get through Adelaide without some pretty serious incidents, because it is a very, very challenging track. Isaac Fogarty, welcome to the booth, my friend. Glad to have you along. Adelaide, your thoughts for tonight? What are you expecting to see?
Yeah, good evening, Jared, good evening, Dean, Isaac, and everybody watching at home. I'm super excited for this. I've been doing laps of this track, albeit not in a supercar, in a Porsche Cup car, ever since it came out last week, and I absolutely love this circuit. I'm really looking forward to seeing the supercars race around here tonight. It is a very challenging circuit, as it is in real life, and it's quite a spectacle when supercars are running around it in real life. So, yeah, very much looking forward to what happens tonight, as you said. A couple tricky corners, single file in some places tonight, and there'll be rules that need to be respected, but those rules also apply for these drivers in real life as well. So around here, it's pretty much just looking to be in line with what we expect from an actual Adelaide sort of 500 style race. So this will be really good. 2 drivers per team as well, driver swaps, proper enduro. What could go wrong? This is going to be a great night.
And look, the cars tonight, the thing that always comes into play when it does come to a safety car period here, driver swaps are simulated in iRacing. It's a minimum 30 seconds that you will sit there while a driver swap happens, no matter how quickly you press buttons in the interface. So it's going to be something that the drivers may actually need to think about tonight in terms of strategy. Do they come in at an opportune moment under safety car, even though they don't actually need to be in there for that long for the driver swap? I don't imagine that'll happen too much, but strategy can always come into it in these enduros. Massive shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. I'm seeing a lot of very familiar names floating around in the place. We've got the iRace ANZ chat show dropping in as well. G'day, Scott. Good to have you along, mate. I hear the podcast doing very, very well. If you haven't checked that out, do make sure you do. It's a good listen and a good watch when they do put that one out. A bunch of other familiar faces as well. Always a pleasure to have you along, folks. Now, look, while we've got a little bit of qualifying still to finish off, let's talk about a couple of things that are worth noting. First of all, let's talk Season 7 for ASR, which is just around the corner. The new calendar has been released, and this is how it looks for the new season. All of these streams will be right here on Simple Racing Broadcast, and we will have them all scheduled in over the next week or two as we get them all lined up. But what a calendar this looks to be. The Bend, Watkins Glen, Catalunya, Barcelona, of course, Mosport, Silverstone, Sebring, Suzuka, the new Miami circuit getting a look in as well. We're going to Montreal and then finishing back here in Adelaide in early March. Biggles, I don't know about you, mate, but it's a pretty decent looking lineup for this next season, and I think tonight will be a real idea of what we can expect in that final round.
Yeah, they'll have to go through. Obviously, this will be a great little test for the drivers here. But then once we start the new season, of course, they're going to have to wait essentially 10 of those rounds to get back to here in Adelaide. And Miami, of course, that mix there with the new track in there. But it won't be so new by the time we're over there. Well, in fact, in February, it may very well be. But of course, the Bend, the Glen, and then of course all the classics at the end of the day through there as well too. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the important stuff tonight is, of course, all about raising money for a very, very special cause. Pink Finss are a pretty amazing organisation, and this is where it all started for us here at Simple with ASR, was actually covering the inaugural Pink Finss charity race in September last year. And I tell you what, it is great to be back with, I honestly, guys, I looked back on the broadcast from last year, and we've come a long way in the quality of our broadcasts since then. So I'm really excited to be bringing it to you in much, much better quality this year than we did last time around. It's going to be an awesome night, but the main point, of course, is not just the racing, but it is about raising some money for a very, very good cause. A couple of ways that you can get on board and help out. First of all, we would love to see all of the donations coming through Alliance so that we can get a good idea of the total that has been collected, because, of course, we're aiming for $1,000 this year. I don't know where the guys are up to, but we'll try and get a bit of a read on that throughout the night. So if you do want to donate via the PayPal, then throw a friends and family donation through to alliancesimracingaustralia@gmail.com. That's in the description down below. Or you can jump onto the Pink Finss website and follow the links there to make a donation directly if you're more comfortable to do it that way. Just maybe send an email through to Alliance as well and let them know just who has sent it through and how much you've sent through as well, so we can get a bit of a look at it. It is about that time, guys. Let's take a look at the starting grid, and this is how it looks for the Pink Finss Adelaide 400. Jordan Ross will be starting up front with WKMP Sim Sports alongside Wayne Walker from Accelerate Endurance. Blake Warboys and Ken Latta behind them, then Paul Young and Jamie Dyke ahead of Van der Kraan and Ryan Palmer. Reese Wakefield and Phil Manuel rounding out your top 10. Further back through the field, Damon Fisher and Justin McLean will be taking the starting line alongside each other. Then Luke Newing and Ricky Hyde behind them. Simon Haynes and James Hardy on row 8 with Jim Capronis and Jason Bentz ahead of Damon Cairns and Oliver Patterson. Of course, these are the starting drivers. Keep in mind, folks, that these will be taking the first stint for this evening. Ryan Minogue and Matthew Scholes behind them. Then Mark Point and Nicholas Garrioch, Stephen Brumley and Jason Douglas line up on row 13 with Matty Parker and Andrew Listener ahead of Brad Grant and Craig Healy. Then Keenan Sykes and Rick Vigo ahead of Matthew Day and Roy Clark. Dylan Budzieni, Jason Dunn ahead of Ashley Hall and David Logsdale. And on the back row, Braden O'Loughlin and Thomas Freeman will be getting a very, very good view of the carnage that I'm expecting into turn 1. Isaac Fogarty, I'm going to hand over to you to get us underway here for this Adelaide 400.
Well, no worries.
No pressure, mate. No pressure,
I guess. No pressure. Yeah, well, looking forward to what a packed grid, what a stacked grid we have here at Adelaide. What exciting action lays before us. The cars starting to move to the grid now. and I am very much looking forward to this. Biggles, yourself as well, I'm sure you're very much looking forward to this. And Isaac Edwards as well, the other. We've got two Isaacs in the commentary box tonight, double trouble, so look out, because there's gonna be some chaos tonight. One Isaac is enough, I think, but two, look out. Jared won't know what he's done.
It's gonna get a little chaotic here in the comms box.
Will the real Isaac please stand up?
Oh, that's brilliant.
No, it'll be good. It's gonna be a long night, but it's gonna be an exciting night, hopefully. And yeah, as Jared said earlier, 3 hours, so 10:45 local time here in New South Wales. That is when we are scheduled to finish. That's 3 hours from now, so they have 3 hours or less to complete 400 kilometers that lay before them. Two drivers. Do we have? I unfortunately was a little bit late to the commentary box. I'll ask you, Biggles. Do we have limits on driving time? Are you aware? Is there a minimum time they have to meet in terms of lap count tonight?
I do not believe that one. Jared probably can verify that, but I don't recall any information about that.
There is a few regulations to consider in that space. I cannot off the top of my head remember the number, I'll be honest. So I will find that for you and confirm for you in just a moment.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I'd be very curious to know what the minimum lap count is for these drivers, to know what they have to do tonight to get their laps in, especially if we do go time certain, because that could throw a few spanners in the works. I know it has in endurance racing in the past, so we'll keep a very close eye on that. The grid is almost full. Still waiting on a few cars to make their way to the grid. And I'm just looking at who we have in the field tonight. It's a very stacked field. A lot of big names competing tonight, Biggles, and a lot of familiar faces as well for ASR, which is good to see.
And what we're going to be wondering, because being a new track relatively, so much practice these drivers have put in, there's a pretty good chance there may be a safety car out there. We have two drivers out there that will be, we have the safety car driver there of Dylan. And we have Tim Nicol as well, too, as our race director. Perhaps he's also going to be in the safety car as well, too. But two of them are going to be standing by, and it's going to be very interesting. Remember, probably none of these drivers have even particularly taken into a race or started a race just yet. Let's say.
Yeah. If I can jump in just to confirm for everybody, minimum is 40% of the distance. So if it does go full distance, that'll be 50 laps that a driver will need to complete. If it is finishing based on time certain, then it'll be reduction from the original 123 to figure that out. Best of luck to race control on working that out afterwards, I reckon.
Yeah, don't want to be the one doing that. So I believe we have pretty much all the cars on the grid. I can see them lined up around the final corner, so hopefully we're not too far of a race start. But there you go, 40% is the number we're going to work off of what drivers have to complete tonight to meet their minimum lap distance. Hopefully, it's not time certain. We don't create a headache for race control.
We're seeing predictions of at least 3 safety cars minimum in the chat. I'm going to be surprised if we make it through lap 1 without one, guys. I don't know about you, but let's see how we go.
Well, that's we have to keep it. I really hope we get a safety car, but anyway, here we go. We're about to find out because we're going to build. The lights are coming on. We're at 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. The revs are high, and we are away for the Pink Finss Adelaide 400. And it is a great start off the front row for Accelerate Endurance down towards the first corner, the first chicane for the first time. The couple cars side by side, which you won't be able to follow that give way rule straight. We've got a car park already, multiple cars into each other. There is heavy contact. We can see there on the camera. Someone's gone wide there as well, but it is Accelerate Endurance that leads the way from WKP Sim Sports, second and third. It seems that most cars have actually got through this relatively unscathed, looking in the background as well as they run down towards turn 7 for the first time and open up the engine onto the back straight. What a race start that was. We've still got cars side by side. They'll have to sort it out before they get to turn 8 for the first time. The infamous turn 8. You do not want to put it in the wall here on lap 1. That will be a major setback to your race, but they're all through relatively clean. Look at that camera angle. How good does that look? Now, 3 wide into the hairpin at turn 9. Someone's gone very wide there. We were waiting for it, and Beals, you've called it. They've gone very wide into the hairpin at 9 there.
a little bit too early in an endurance race to be gambling that much because he could have gone to a pole shape, but thankfully it hasn't. One spinner there from Brad Grant. He's dropped all the way down to the back of the 333 machine, but luckily kept it out of the fence. No damage. It looks like we have another driver around too. The Angry Birds Racing driver of 014 of Nick. He's gone somewhere off as well, but so far so good. That's not at the front where it would probably count when you have another 40-odd drivers ready to come around that corner.
Yeah, absolutely. That is what you want in turn one at all. This is into the wall. Heavy contact for Nick Hassler. That is massive front end damage. And that is the Rick Vigar car, I believe, or one of the Vigar cars. And that is huge front end damage. You'll have to go back to the pits, hopefully use a fast repair. But we predicted, Isaac Edwards, there was a high likelihood of a safety car lap 1. We're on lap 2 and we've got away with it so far.
That is a little surprising, to be completely honest, but I think they've done a lot of practice around here, so they would know what to do. As we go down towards turn 9, we're looking at Michael Whiting in the fishy car. Damn, those fishy cars look so nice. As we come into the Victoria Park section, the permanent section, which was introduced when Formula 1 was first here back in 1985.
It's a circuit with a storied history, isn't it? And certainly side by side. Oh, this is getting gloves off here early. It's only lap 2. We've got 123 laps, 120 laps to go. Stephen Varga is getting the elbows out. Another look up the inside in the background from one of the Camaros. This is Sheep Station's position. This is battling for 17th place. This is a huge field. So many cars in this grid tonight, and they are filling up this circuit. I think at some point it's not going to be long before we have no cars pretty much all around the circuit at all times, considering how many cars we have around here. They're closed up at the moment. We'll be hoping for some safety cars to keep the packs nice and close together here, but this is a really good start to this race for Accelerate Endurance up in P1. They are leading the way early. Now up the inside for Leapfrog Motorsports. They have got that position done. I believe you got that done, and I'm trying to get my live timing working here. Don't quite have the names of the drivers, so I'm working off the team names at the moment, so you guys might be able to. We've got a spin in the background. Is that trying to work out who that is? That's
Todd Dugan at the moment for the Nova Sim Sport entry, and he's managed to get it going again, so that's okay, just a self-spin. Well, at the chat there, 40 donated as well to a donation there from Mick Clifton, I think that is. So thank you very much there. Keep those donations coming. Let's shout out as well too if you've managed to get the donations done for this fantastic charity. We appreciate it. There's some race control messages popping up as well too for those penalties. First of the penalties coming in.
Yes, that is an incident between car 82 and 16 on lap 1, so a 10-second time penalty for car 16. They're sitting in 14th place at the moment, and that is Dean Logsdale behind the wheel. So Dean Logsdale with a penalty early, that is not what you want outside of this race. You'll have to serve that, I believe, next time he comes into the lane, if I'm not mistaken. You have to sit for 10 seconds to serve that penalty.
You have to, as it looks like that's the battle for the lead. It looked like the battle for the lead, but as we go through the back to the staircase section, looks like there might be a pass on the outside by the Jeremiah Caro.
What a move.
Got it done. Gets him into P19.
That was lovely stuff from the Jet Murray Racing brother. Jet Murray, obviously the brother of Supercars driver Cooper Murray, so they've got a team in this event. That was a lovely move around the outside on the, I believe that was the fully served United SOS Racing Ford Mustang. And again, there's some gloves off early here. There's guys getting their elbows out. It's only lap 4, Biggles, but we are seeing some real scrappy moves here at the start. So they're really not wasting any time with getting the elbows out.
And they're also nervous as well. So the other drivers, looks like Matty might have gone spinning. Well, he has spun actually.
Whoa.
So that's a very dangerous position. But thankfully, he just gets on the accelerator a little bit, gets off the racing line, saved a lot of drivers from a huge incident. So hats off to Matty getting that one done. But yeah, it's nervous out there because you've got to remember a lot of the other drivers are sitting here watching the broadcast, spotting their teammates, thinking, please don't crash the car because I want to get in at some point. They do have 2 fast repairs available, so that's a positive thing. But being an endurance race, you don't want to use them up too quickly, too soon.
No, that's right.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was like,
Leaning on each other here, gentlemen.
Oh, this is speaking. This is good stuff. So I'm just stepping over the WRs right now. I'll let you talk.
Yeah, right. There was a bit of bumper action there, side by side through the staircase section. There's always a lot of action throughout the staircase section, irrespective if it's real life or in sim. And we've seen that in even the real world supercars in the final race of the year at the Adelaide Grand Final. Still really hotly debated, to be completely honest.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a nice thing for discussion. I think in the supercars community, I wouldn't say it's a nice thing for discussion, but there was a lot of controversial contact in that staircase. There has been, I think, over the last couple of years at Adelaide as well. You think back to, I believe it was Brock Feeney and Chaz Mossad actually in 2024. So that staircase section is always hot for some controversy. Remember Schumacher and Damon Hill way back when they were fighting for a championship, took each other out, I believe, also at the staircase section. It's definitely a place for quite a lot of contention, quite a lot of aggressive moves, and quite a lot of last-minute dives up the inside. So everyone's looking for position, and the great place to find it is under brakes here. They're all sitting in second gear mostly through here. I don't think anyone's really upshifting at this stage through the staircase section, just running it to the rev limiter. And we've got a replay here now. This is what happened to Matt Vanderkraan. Got a little bit of assistance there. Yeah, a bit of a bump. So a bit of assistance there from the 100 car. Yeah.
Jack Willis behind the wheel at the number 100.
He backed up just enough too, so he allowed half a metre back more there, and it would have been problematic. But thank you for that one. Interesting to know. Maybe in the chat, the drivers let us know if we continue on green flag, we don't get a caution. When do you expect this first fuel run to go into pit road? And on top of it, we're seeing a lot of those little yellow flags pop up in the timing tower. That's their slowdowns. That's going to count up towards their incident points as well. Tim, remember we did talk about at the start of the show when you're going to start getting some drive-through penalties from too many incident points.
Yeah, well,
I think you can almost get away with like an off track through the turns 1 to the center chicane from memory. I haven't done a lot of laps in the V8, so we have a look at Ryan Palmer in the ADHD Camaro. It looks like they've inverted delivery for this race, going with an all pink base with the front and rear ends in that way to go through turn 8. Oh.
It is worth calling out, Isaac. There was a small tweak, a little patch done by iRacing just yesterday, I believe it was. Actually, it might have been today during the day, where they did relax that turn 1-2 slowdown position slightly, because it was very aggressive, the slowdown that it gave you there. It's got more better apparently.
Yeah, from what I've read, it went from like 1.6 to 1.2 seconds, so you can almost clear it when you go through the staircase if you're not that quick, to be completely honest.
I'd clear it every time, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Scott Stevens in the chat, the iRacing chat show, donating $100 to Pink Finns, and if the ADHD team gets on the podium, he will double that. No pressure, Ryan and Josh, but get into it, boys.
No pressure. Well, they're up one spot already. So Ryan Palmer, he's got some pace here early on in this race, and he's putting it to good use. He is up one spot so far, sitting in, I believe that is on our screen, P7. I'm just trying to actually read numbers, but yes.
Switcheroo for the lead too, guys, because Wayne's just got a slow down there. Had to hand it over to Jordan Ross. So there it is, and they've got a lap traffic already at the moment coming into play. So that goes to show you.
Here we go.
And there was a pit lane penalty too for car 100 for that incident with 180. That fall.
Oh, that's a harsh penalty, but I think a very fair penalty as a result of that being turned around. So we did speak about how large this field was, how spread out they are, so how long it would take for them to catch up to lap cars, and it seems that that's already happening in this race. They're starting to find lap traffic. That's going to be, I think, a big story of this race as well, is navigating the lap traffic from the slower cars behind them. See, up the inside now, this is Leapfrog on Southern Cross Racing for 17th position on the road. So it is Jason Douglas versus Jim Capronis behind for Southern Cross Racing. Can he get the move done?
We got an
No, for
incident.
Leapfrog Racing, sorry.
We got a bit of a pile up here. There's a few cars.
Oh, we do.
straggling all over
Huge
the place,
incident. This
so
is massive. Could
They-
this be
they-
a safety car?
They should get
No.
going.
They're all going.
I've cleared it.
They're all
Oh,
That's
Never mind.
that's the
Stand down.
That's, the, that's at the exit of turn 9. So I wonder if someone's been bumped from behind. But we have seen, again, incidents in the real world. Adelaide 500, Adelaide Grand Prix, Clipsal 500, depending on regardless what you call it. It always ends in a traffic jam.
yeah. Well, that's that turn 9, the exit, especially. Here we go. This will explain what happened. So this is Matthew Day on our and just
It already happened.
bit of
up
a
there.
arrived and there'd already been contact. Cars had checked up, and that's such an awkward place to check up. It's such a blind corner, so you come around here and there's no way for you to see, especially if a car's stopped immediately after the apex. There's no way for you to see until it's too late, isn't it?
Yeah. Thomas Freeman in the 51 was involved. I didn't pick up who the Mustang was. Apologies. So,
Craig Healy.
Yeah, Craig Healy, the EWT Racing
Mhm.
Mustang,
Yeah.
might have been one of the first all caught up in that by the look of things.
Yeah. Plus, I had a little moment there. We'll hopefully get a better angle soon. But yeah, on lap 10, and if you look at the top 10, it's been dominated by 4, Thomas, like real life Adelaide Grand Final.
Where is the parity, I ask you, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on with Ford dominating the top? Look at this, the replay.
He
Nowhere.
almost
and then-
avoided it, and it gets tagged and gets turned eventually. So all that hard work,
tried-
it's undone.
He tried to go the long way, didn't he, Craig Healy? He thought, I'll navigate it this way, and then Matthew Day pushed the Camaro into him and didn't really have anywhere to go at that point. So that was super disappointing. He almost thought he got away with it.
Yeah. So
Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder, you just close your eyes if you see a bunch of smoke and just
here we
gas
go.
it.
That's real brave. And unsurprisingly caused the traffic jam. The engine was stalled, so he was basically, the car was a soapbox in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's a strange one, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many of that. I've seen people blow an engine and sort of stuck in the middle of the road, but I've never seen anyone just sort of stall it on the
They
exit
hit
in the
one
middle
of
of
the
the road.
Chubby Buns. So there it is too. So Chubby Buns Burgers, one of our sponsors as well too. As you
Trying
can
to fill,
see.
Yeah.
trying to fill up the mirrors in a WKMP Ford Mustang. That's for position 26, Oliver Pattinson.
Is I was just going to point out, I lost my document, but I believe Chubby
Mouthwash
Buns
for
Burgers.
charcoal grilled
Well,
Wagyu beef,
yes.
mate, or chicken and
And
stuff like that. Yeah.
And the sponsor of the safety car as well, so maybe we could get a safety car, and I think that's what they'd really like right now, is so we could talk about these burgers and just how amazing they are. They're available every day until late, and they've got 12 locations across New South Wales. We can go to chubbybuns.com.
Gotta get one up Queensland, guys. Please.
Yeah, get one up.
Oh!
Oh, he's going to get stuck in the sand trap as well. That's a huge moment. I think maybe he heard about the burgers and he was hoping he could just drive off at the end there and go and get himself one, but
He was
That's
front
his,
peeping for him.
he was. Fishy Motorsports now with 2 cars. Look at the varying liveries on the Fishy Motorsports. That's almost a classic DJR style livery for the 080 car. That's very nicely presented. They always have really nice liveries, I think, Fishy Motorsports. They always look really tidy, and this retro livery, it is absolutely gorgeous.
It's the Shell Helix.
Oh.
Whoa.
I think you got a little
Turn-
bump there.
Yeah. Turn 9's very hairy at the best of times.
I think if we're going to see a safety car, it'll be there.
I reckon it'll either be there or turn 8. So I feel like someone's gonna smack turn 8 hard.
Oh, massive lockup.
Almost on cue. Oi!
Quantum on. Around goes is that the 51 car of Braden McLaughlin?
Yeah, it is.
He's facing
So
the wrong way.
the 397.
It was Thomas.
It's got to
Freeman,
find a
I
gap
believe.
here.
Oh,
Go down to the
Todd
escape
Martin.
road. It's
I'm
perfect.
trying to work
yeah.
out which of the Quantum Racing cars had a lockup. I believe it was Todd Martin had a massive lockup, and Braden McLaughlin. He's as you said, he's gone all the way back to the escape road just to turn around and flick it back the other way.
It's the only place you can do it too. because the thing is, we've got so many cars on the track and they're all pretty much starting to spread out now too. So you might only have about a 30-second, not even that, window to get your car spun around or off the racing line. Otherwise, you're going to have a collision. Look at this nice little battle here with Danny P. And one performance. That's when you can get the overtaking done, but you've got to get your elbows out. You've got to start trading some paints, gentlemen.
That is. And Danny P, I haven't seen too much of him in a supercar before. I've seen a lot of him in a GT3 car. He does really well in a Mercedes GT3 car. I'm really keen to see how he goes here tonight in a supercar. I'd expect he's probably similar in terms of just innate ability, innate pace, and he looks very locked in at the moment. He just always looks, every time we go to his camera, we've got a car around in the background as well. Who is that? That's Luke Speck. Had a moment on the exit there all on his own and just almost put in the wall. He did well to keep it out though.
Yeah, 100%. I was just caught off guard there a little bit, looking at other things, but yeah, it looks like he's got it out of it lickety split. So you see another battle with Stephen Grumley in the SLS. Saying we see a penalty for car 51. That's Nicholas. That's Nicholas Garage at turn 9. So
he's already got the damage too. You can see on the front end there. So I was just wondering if he was trying to jump. I thought he had to just test his steering out before he came to the corner because he had that massive lockup.
He carried the brake a long way into that corner, didn't he?
Must possibly mistimed the marking ball to get into turn 9 as Steve Varga.
We're looking at this battle pack between Jason Douglas, Stephen Varga, Mark Poynton is the car at the first. We've got a car from the background. Who's that in the background that is losing position? We're trying to work out who it is. Trying to get the camera to stick to it. Maybe a lap car that's a lap down, is it?
It's Jason Dunn for the Suncross Racing. He's got to sit here
Jason
for some
Dunn.
time there. I mean, he was talking about those burgers, no doubt, as well too. But now he's just managed to get it going. So.
Well, he is a lap down, so I believe he may have just been getting out of the way to avoid impeding on that battle. So he ran wide, got out of the way. Smart work there from Jason Dunn. And now we're looking forward to the battle between the Fishy Motorsports cars. It is Michael Whiting and David Coleman. David Coleman in that lovely retro livery Shell V-Power Ford Mustang, the 080 car, and he is all over the back of this car. In fact, the 80HD car has sort of walked away into the distance. Ryan Palmer has said, "Thank you very much, I will disappear," and he's left these two boys, stablemates, to fight over. So lap 14, have we got any update, gentlemen, on when we're thinking stops may start to occur? Are we getting any intel?
Look at the comments. They've got nothing. Nothing in regards of...
they're not giving us any secrets out there. Maybe the engineers are okay and the other drivers are like, we ain't telling you anything yet, boys, because we don't want to let the other teams know.
They're concealing their strategies.
Other thing to keep in mind, gents, is that there is a bit of a fuel tank limit on it. From memory, it's around about the 80%-ish mark. So it won't be a full 130 odd litres that you can usually fit in these things. So the stints you would think would be a little bit shorter than what we would ordinarily see from a Gen 3 around here. And I suspect, knowing the guys at ASR, I reckon they've probably done those numbers to sit the number of pit stops right on the edge of a decision between pushing hard all race or trying to do a bit of fuel saving and actually gaining a bit of extra laps that way.
Yeah, well, that's going to be interesting. What are they doing in terms of strategy? As you said, are they trying to save a bit of fuel? Who is doing that as well? Because that's going to pay dividends towards the back end of this race, especially around here. Fuel saving the pit lane. I feel like it's a relatively long pit lane. We've got side by side on the run down towards turn. They have to sort this out before they get there. They cannot go through side by side. And I believe that is Frog Leap Racing in 17th place that will yield that position. So it is Mark Poynton that steps out of it and through goes, as I lose who I had on my screen, Jack Widdus. So that's a very bold move on the run down towards turn 8 because, as they know, as we said earlier, it's a single file through turn 8, so they had to sort it out before they got there.
Yeah, Thomas has gone off into the running area there at the moment, Thomas Freeman, but he's back in 37th place, so he's got back on the track. No problemo there for for Thomas. He's still up 5 places before he started this race.
He's driving well, except for the fact that he's down the the escape road, but still doing a very good job, Thomas Freeman, for 995 Motorsport. And this is incident between car 397 and 71 on lap 11, a 5-second penalty for car 71. That is Todd Martin and Braden O'Loughlin. So that was the incident down at turn 9 that we saw earlier. So a 5-second penalty for Todd Martin. And I believe he was the one that had that massive lock-up, carried the brake all the way into the corner. And it was huge contact. So that makes sense to me from a stewarding point of view. We've got a replay here. This is, the Braden O'Loughlin then just spun himself on the curb, didn't he? So that contact first and then got on the curb and stuck on the island and just spun himself, which is so easy to do in these Gen 3 cars. They sit so low, and they've spoken about, even the drivers in real life, just how easy it is to sort of beat yourself on a curb a little bit when you have to sit the ride height low. So that's something that I think it's easier to do in these cars than it's been in any previous generation of supercar.
Yeah. Like, driving these cars myself, like, I actually struggle to drive these Gen 3 cars. I think it's just mainly the throttle response. A little bit too heavy-headed for someone like myself who has a bit of a left foot.
Oh, I completely sympathise with you. I have a lead foot. I try and drive these cars. I put my foot down and all of a sudden I'm facing the wrong way, and I'm like, I don't know how that happened. I'm very used to driving a GT car with some traction control so that I can actually start to apply the throttle in a relatively aggressive manner. You have to be so patient in these cars, and it's so easy to overdrive, especially when you're in a situation where you're frustrated, you've just had contact with someone, and you're just trying to get away from that situation. You put your foot down, and it just results in the car having a little bit more power than it would like, and it complains a bit too much and then turns around. But
check out Phil. He's got all the racing rigs set up at the moment there.
He does. Look at that.
Down the bottom there, of course, and he's got the main screen up there. He's got his racing rig up. He looks like he's pretty comfortable in that racing rig at the moment. So that's getting it all set up there. I wonder how you gentlemen... Go ahead.
This is one of the liveries I really liked seeing in the practice round, Biggles. The 266 Sim Racing guys had this new livery done up by 1.9 just in time for this event. And I don't think I've seen anyone else use the chrome across the headlights like this. Chris Bleakley's done a bloody amazing job of making this thing look pretty mean.
That's true.
It's
so good.
It's something I'm absolutely going to replicate on the next set of liveries I do, that's for sure. G'day Mo, good to have you in the chat. Yeah, no traction control on these things except for your right foot, mate. And when you're talking about, what is it, about 600 odd horsepower through a locked rear diff, you've got to be pretty careful in those first 3 or 4 gears.
Yeah, you do not do not want to put your foot down too hard, do you, Isaac?
No, don't put your foot down too much, otherwise, that is a missing front bar.
Imagine a 1980-85 Formula 1 car back then that they used to drive, none of that either.
No.
Yeah.
It would have a little bit more. It would have a little bit more power too, I would assume.
Definitely should. Speaking of power, this thing's got a lot of power, not a lot of front aero. It's not going to be helping the situation for Syncom Motorsports in 30th. In where are they? I can't read that number. 29th place. And that is Keenan Skies. Sykes, sorry, is in that car, and he's going to get to turn 80. He's going to have to back off quite a lot. I'll be interested to see who in behind. We have Brad Grant for Team AJR. How much he catches him through this corner just by how much speed he has to wash off. Yeah, look at that. Look at the speed difference.
Yeah, it looked like he caught up quite quickly.
He did. This is we're now looking at Brian Minot, now Phil Manuel battling for position, jockeying for position even with the Quantum Racing car in front of him. And this is Jack Wittes, and this is for 14th position on the road. JMR obviously not too far up the road from these guys, but this is a nice little battle that is forming at this stage, and we are, I believe, 18 laps down in this race. Do not quote me on that, my number's a little bit blurry. We go to 20 now, so we were 19, we're now 20. Up the inside for Jack Witters defending, and then gonna look to go back. This is a new battle. I'm trying to keep up with what's happening. There's cars battling everywhere. We are 20 laps into this race. The cars, I feel like they've spread out, but they haven't really spread out.
It's the natural progression when it comes to these type of racing. Like they're always close in the first bit of the race, and as it all starts kicking off, they all kind of spread off into their own little battle packs.
Yeah, they start to spread out and just sort of make it their own little race, don't they? And I think we, really want a safety car just to close everyone back up, because the more spread out they get, the less likely we become having a safety car. This is Michael Whiting, and he is trying to put the pressure on Ricky Hyde in front. This is the 7th place. And Fishy Motorsports on 801 Sim Racing. Look at the cars in the background, side by side in the background as well. We've got action going on all over. Hope you're enjoying the action at home. It is the Pink Finss charity. Oh, is that someone in the wall? Turn 8.
Yeah, someone got the wall at turn 8.
Oh,
whoa!
Got the wall at turn 8 in the background, and I can't quite see who that is. That looks to be not ideal contact. You can see them limping there. That is Braden O'Loughlin. That car is walking wounded at the moment. You can tell that it is not a happy camper at the moment.
No, that looked like a fairly decent hit at the turn 8 wall. Must have done a bit of damage to that car. As far as I haven't seen a mechanical black flag show up on our timing screen. It should show up, I think, soon.
I would think we might get one, depending on. I'm curious to know how much steering damage that thing has. Here we go. This is a replay of Joel Osterwald in the pit lane, and seems to be serving a stop of some description. So we're starting to see some pit stops come through. Oh, car sideways in the background, massive accident. That's just before this, I believe. It turned through. Oh, he's gonna have to wait for the train to go through before he can flick around.
That's at the exit of 4. That's start staircase section.
Joel.
Yeah, it is Joel.
He's sitting there at the moment. I'm sure we'll get to the replay in a minute, but he's off the racing line, thankfully, and he'll turn around now. Oh, and he's okay. He's okay. Not a lot of room around here, no doubt, but you've got to risk it for the biscuit to get the car around. As we're talking about that fantastic livery just before that.
Yes, well.
Yeah.
That'll be the commentator curse once again, gents. Yeah. We do like to throw one out there, don't we?
We do love a good commentator curse. I don't like to put it on many people, because I like quite a lot of people, and I want quite a lot of people to like me. But it's all on his own, and then a little bit of help in the second phase from the Quantum Sim Racing car. But most of that, the initial phase of that, was done all on his own. Just carried too much speed into the corner, which is so easy to do.
It's coming in with that damage. That's Jack at the moment for the Quantum Racing, so he's had to fix that front end there. Perhaps use a fast repair, or just chip out the repairs depending on how much time that is. Because remember, we are an endurance race, so you do want to kind of at least have one of those fast repairs up your sleeve. Of course, you remember you've also got a second driver tonight as well too, so you want to make sure they want to get into the car and they want to be able to drive a car and not drive a wounded beast around Adelaide, that's for sure. So we'll see how that pans out. He comes back out at the moment. So, and Oliver Patterson's coming down on the pit road. So we're starting to see some of these first scheduled pit stops, I'd say, gentlemen.
Yeah, so seems about 22 laps into this race, we're starting to see the pit stops fall, and drivers decide enough's enough. I need some fuel, I need some tyres, and that is Luke Speck getting out of a yielding position on the way into turn 8. So as we approach pit stops, we'll give a couple shout outs. Let's talk about why we're here. Obviously, it's the Pink Finss charity race, the Adelaide 400. Pink Finss, they're a charity. It's a compassionate organisation dedicated to helping young men, women and their families who are facing cancer diagnosis. Their mission is to foster a nurturing environment for anyone in the Hawkesbury area diagnosed with cancer. Serves a comprehensive information hub offering essential resources, information and referrals to guide individuals through their cancer journey and provide personalised support to each person and their family, ensuring they receive the help they need. If you haven't donated already, please, we highly ask you to consider donating, because every bit of support makes a difference, no matter how big or how small. It's a real weird look.
He just let everybody through there for a second.
Just let everybody through. That was very strange. But yes, we do. If you feel moved to help, your donation to Pink Finss will be greatly appreciated. We do have links for you to donate. They are floating around, I believe, in the description, if I'm not mistaken. So you can donate. There's a QR code on the screen as well.
That makes it easier if you just scan that. Get your phone up there now. We'll leave it up there for a second, right, Jared, so that you can get your phone out there.
Absolutely.
Hit the camera mode on your phone. It'll give you an option once you put that in your camera, and it'll say open in your browser, and then it'll take you to that link directly. So you don't have to worry about typing stuff in. It's 2025, gentlemen. About to be 2026.
That's right. No typing. I just want to push buttons, and that's all I want to do. So, warning for car 82 for an unsafe rejoin on lap 20. It's getting hairy here. Another car without a front end. But yes, we please, anything you can spare, we really appreciate it. They do some amazing work. Do Pink Finss working with cancer, and cancer is obviously something that affects a lot of people and changes lives. So any money that you can donate. I just want to come back as well. I saw in the background one of the Mustangs in the previous shot looks a lot like that Austin Cindric Mustang that was running, and it's a very nice. There's some really good liveries here tonight, and I'm wondering. I know yourself, Isaac Edwards. You like to dabble in a livery here and there. You're quite quietly known for your liveries. I don't think you make too big a deal about it, but I'm wondering if you maybe had a hand in that one, because that looks very good.
So the original livery was actually done by yours truly. I did the Austin Cindric livery. I actually have updated it a few times just to try and get it as accurate as I can of the Adelaide liveries. We see a moment here. Oh!
Whoa! That is huge. That's massive.
That's Chicane. It's a huge moment for Stephen Grumley.
And that is something that we spoke about going into this. It's single file through there. Clearly, Stephen Grumley thought he had right away. He was the car that was in front. Believed he didn't have to yield, and the car behind obviously decided otherwise and put him in the fence, and that is massive damage to that car for Stephen Grumley. And there's more side-by-side action here. That is massive. They should both get slowdowns for that, I think, and they are cleared, so they do slow down to clear those. That is Quantum Racing 71 car. So 71 car is finding themselves a little bit of controversy today, and that's it's not the day they want in that car.
Who was that? Who was that? Yeah. That was skimming through the gravel travel. Was reminding him. Brad Hayes.
Brad Hayes, yeah.
Hitting the Boost Mobile sign, the exit of turn 5. I'm saying, because whoever jumped through it, looked like it was one of the fishy cars. Almost remind me of Blake Tracy when he had his moment during Trans Am. Almost, I think he became airborne for a moment. Just see.
A bit of rallycross.
Yeah. One having a moment at the last corner.
This is side by side.
This is the lead-in.
That's it's Mick Whiting who's come through side by side. So Todd Martin was just trying to get out of the way, but they've ended up side by side on the way through. And I tell you what, very very lucky for Mick to not get completely wiped out there, I reckon.
Yeah. And that 71 car's a lap down as well from Michael Whiting. So I think that's something that'll be heavily looked at by the stewards, because that is a huge moment, especially goes side by side into turn 1 there.
Thanks, Dan, out there in the chat, sir. He says, "Yep, you heard me there, Dan." I've heard Dan from many years ago as well. Did some commentary and broadcasting as well. Good to hear that from Dan all the way over in Europe. My friend tuning in for this one. Thank you.
Scott from the iRacing chat show, when do they need to settle position by going into turn 1? So the exact position was communicated in the driver briefing just before the race, but from what I saw being discussed beforehand, it's somewhere around about the braking marker it needs to actually be sorted by. So, you know, the normal braking point for turn 1, turn 2 and turn 8, which I think turn 1 you're probably talking somewhere between kind of that 100, 150 sort of mark, maybe a little bit later than that, is when they really do need to have it sorted out. I am fully expecting to see a message come through from race control shortly, penalising Todd Martin for that one, I reckon, because being a lap down and going side by side late under brakes with a car that's competing for position further up, probably going to get a bit of a slap on the wrist for that one.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I can't imagine that he wouldn't get a slap on the wrist for that one. I just want to circle back as well. We saw on our screen there. Oh, that's an awkward moment with a lapped car, I believe. That's Dylan Bazzini. I actually don't think there's a lap car. I think it might be just a car behind. I'm just trying to work out based on numbers.
No, Dylan's just had a bit of a rough entry onto the previous turn. It looked like he was getting out of the way, but actually he was just trying to get going again. The one to watch just in front, Brad Hayes, no front bar on it after going hard into that tyre wall. And I tell you what, he is pushing as much air out of the way of the front of that car as he possibly can down this back straight. Have a look at what's piling up behind him, though, into turn 9. This foursome of cars, I'm a little surprised we're not seeing more of them taking a dive into it. But, 27 laps in, maybe they're starting to calm down a little. Maybe.
Here's pretty much.
That is the car that is stopped.
Yep.
And Braden O'Loughlin has not moved. This could trigger a safety car if he doesn't move. It's got to be a safety car if he doesn't move anytime soon.
Look at the front left tyre. Look at that toe.
That is massive. That's a lovely toe.
And the engine is smoking. No, I reckon that's going to be a safety car. That's at the exit of the center chicane.
That's turn 3. He may reset to the pits, but I don't believe he will. So this could be the first safety car of the race. 28 laps in. Braden O'Loughlin in the wall. Heavy contact. The engine is smoking. At the exit of turn 3, we're going to replay. Just sent to the inside. We got helped. Something had already happened, and then was parked stranded in the middle of the road and just got helped over to the side. So that is super disappointing for the Frog Leap Juice Racing Camaro, and we're still waiting on confirmation as to whether this is definitely going to be a safety car or not, but I think it has to be, right? There it is. Safety car.
Well, this is interesting, guys. A bunch of cars just jumped down just before there, so they're basically trying to anticipate there was a safety car to be called. Now, it might not have worked for him if it didn't, but it did. So we've essentially got cars from about 12th position down to 21st position jumped in first. They may be able to get a jump on some of these other drivers that didn't elect to go in, but we are seeing the leaders come in now.
Yep, so this is it. This is the first safety car period. This is we're hoping the first out of maybe 2 or 3. We're predicted 3. We're 28 laps in, so we had to wait a little while for it, based on what we thought might happen. But we have finally got there. So all the drivers starting to make their way into the pit lane now, and who will inherit the race lead once this is finished? Here we go, a replay of this is Stephen Grumley, and he's already in the wall at that point. And look at the front. That's the front right. Look at how broken that is.
He's
done it all on his own. He's hit the wall.
Missed that one.
Bang, and then gets a little bit of a help. That breaks the front left, and then that is it. So that potentially, if they can't reset to pits and get that repaired, that is day done for the Braden O'Loughlin car. He may potentially be back out there. He's registered as blue on my screen, so whether he's a lap down or not, or he's in the pit lane, I'm not entirely sure.
And gentlemen, we've had some driver swaps as well too. So
we have.
We've had quite a few driver swaps.
Run us through.
Troy Stone Street now running in the open 4. Looks like Nick Clifton's joined 217. Blake Warboy is in the 63. Paul Young in the 427. Looks like Denny P is still in the 970.
He is.
David Coleman, looks like he said Josh Harris. Is now plays.
I'm disappointed, gents. I'm disappointed. I was informed that Josh Harris was planning on getting as much screen time as he could by wearing his brand new ADHD budgie smugglers. Now he might well have them on. He might well have them on, but he's kept them out of shot. I was kind of expecting to put them on his head, honestly.
Is this a PG feed at the moment? Now? We don't want to scare all the audience away.
Is there anything more Australian than some budgie smugglers, though?
No, true.
Tony Abbott wearing budgie smugglers.
All he's missing is the onion if he has the budgie smugglers, and he'll be good to go. This is Denny P. So Denny P has stayed in the car. I believe they have stopped potentially the One Performance Racing car. So they have made a pit stop, and he has stayed in the car. So the field is now under the control of the safety car, which we can now talk about. Our safety car sponsor, which we already touched on earlier, but is Chubby Buns Burgers, our new safety car sponsor, that lovely BMW safety car.
and so new they haven't actually had a moment to get the vinyls applied to that one. So we're hoping to maybe get that done at some point. But haven't had it actually painted up just yet.
Well, we do have a car, obviously, with that livery on it, so we can probably show you out there with the...
No, I don't think Tim Nicol is in the other car at the moment, so I'll keep an eye out for it, though, and we'll try and get a look at it, because I can tell you what, it does look absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it looks great. Makes you want to eat the car.
Can I just say in the background there, as they were coming through turn 8, I saw one of the Quantum Racing cars under safety car conditions hit the wall at turn 8.
Oh.
I don't know who is going so fast under safety car conditions that they're making contact with the wall at turn 8, but I believe it looked like one of the Quantum Racing cars. I believe maybe the 17, because there was two sort of in quick succession, but it was definitely a Quantum Racing car that made contact with that turn 8 wall under safety car. That's not something you see very often.
If that's Troy Sipple that's done that, I'm going to give him endless amounts of grief over it. Let's see if we can take a look and just check on that one, hey?
Yes, he has.
I think we can find out.
He has, I believe. Safety car's going to be in. The safety car's still out at the moment. Let's have a look in the replay. Yeah, I'm seeing something in the message saying safety car had crashed somewhere, but as you can see, it's not.
Oh, safety car's crashed. I think safety car's okay.
I had seen it one time in Long Beach during a IndyCar event. I had the safety car just crashed into a wall and everybody piled up behind it.
Look, it has happened before. The other thing is, of course, our telemetry picks up crashes based on speed, and if the safety car comes to the end of the pit lane and comes to a stop, it'll often try and tell us that they've crashed. It has been true though before. It's not always a smooth ride around in the safety car, particularly if you've got a very underpowered one ahead of a pack of fairly quick cars. Tonight, however, the BMW more than up to it. We saw some pretty competitive times from the safety car turning laps in pre-practice.
Tim, didn't he? Didn't he set the fastest time during practice?
Fastest time by about a half second. So that BMW definitely up to it.
I'm pretty sure that thing has traction control, so I'm pretty sure it helps when you have
Certainly
turn the grip up.
Yeah, it's a very early GT3 car too. Probably one of the oldest GT3 cars on iRacing. I think the only one that would have beaten it is the Ford GT. But I think it's just ancient.
We have a great turnout as well too. I was looking before, we almost are picking up around 100 so keep it going. Thank you very much. Give us that nice little thumbs up if you're enjoying supporting this fantastic charity. All these drivers have turned out here this evening. Multiple drivers as well too. You might see 42 odd cars on the track, but you are seeing essentially double that for drivers. So they get involved, and sometimes even engineers as well too in the background, teammates and family members also supporting it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been some
Pink Finss Adelaide 400, gentlemen.
Some great people asking questions, making comments. Oh, your friend in there, Dan, he's said, "Oh, there's a bunch of Aussies doing commentary for a supercar race for charity. Does it get any better than this?" And I don't think it does for your Tuesday night. I'll be completely honest. I couldn't think someone said they're missing a few alcoholic beverages.
Scotty's saying they're missing a few alcoholic beverages. Who's missing one? I'm pretty sure we had the fridge well stocked, didn't we? I'll have to go and get some more in the booth.
Someone said Denny wants to do a rolling start. I think, Denny Bolton, he's keen on his rolling start. Maybe that's why he stayed in the car, because he's excited to try and get off the line a bit faster than everybody else.
But, they're allowing lap cars to come through at the moment, so we've still got to sort itself out for a bit, as you can see.
This is
get a lot of these drivers back on some of the lead lap, which would be fantastic. This is what you guys were asking for, wasn't it? We wanted to re-rack them, restack them, re-bunch them back up again. That's exactly the case we're going to have.
Yep, just before turn 8 as well. So they're going to let drivers go at a slightly awkward angle, full speed, through turn 8. That seems safe. I won't expand too much on that. I think that speaks for itself, really. See them go through turn 8 gets very sketchy there for a minute. We almost had a safety car required under the safety car, but it's...
we do have two safety cars, I think, don't we? So we might be okay.
Do we have a backup? Our race director, Tim Nicol, could jump in the other car if it's required while they retrieve a damaged first safety car. I guess it's possible.
very well could have. We may need a safety car for the safety car. There's smoke in the background as well. People are locking up. Everything is going on here at the...
Remember this year in Formula 1 when the safety car did go off into the...
Oh, yes. No, I
in
did.
Italy,
yes.
wasn't it?
The brake failure at Monza during a test. Yes, I do remember that. Hopefully there's no brake failures in this BMW tonight. But the virtual safety car in this lap. So the safety car will be in... There we go. They fixed it out. The safety car's in at the end of this lap. So it is lap 31. We still have just over 90 laps to go in this Adelaide 400 for the Pink Finss charity event. Oh, the safety car has not come in this lap. So I was getting excited. Next lap. End of next lap.
End of next lap.
End of next lap. So I got excited. I thought the safety car was coming in this lap, but no, it'll be the end of next lap, which gives us a little bit of time to, I love a good sponsor plug. We can talk about some more sponsors. So main sponsor of tonight is Solgaard Saint-Gobain. So Solgaard Saint-Gobain have also been a long-time sponsor, I believe, of ASR. So it's great to have them on board again for this charity event, and they make state-of-the-art window film protective coatings for architecture and automotive markets, keeping the home, car and business cool and protected from the elements. And as it says here, I am correct, is major sponsor of ASR since season 6, and their support of ASR and especially this event is massively appreciated. You can find out more about what they offer at solgaard.com.au. We also have AA West Automotive based in Mulgrave, New South Wales. They're trustworthy advice and services for Hawkesbury residents with decades of automotive experience. Rick Vigar and his team. So one of our drivers that is racing tonight is the man behind AA West Automotive. And you can find out more about them at awwestautomotive.com.au. Then we have Quantum Tint Solutions. And obviously they sponsor Quantum Racing as well. They are on board as a major sponsor of ASR with owner Troy Sipple on track. So Troy is somewhere in the field tonight. I believe it is the 17 car that he's behind the wheel of at the moment. Then it's Tim Nickel Photography, one of Northern Territory's leading event, corporate and sport and motorsport photography companies, and provides support to Alliance Sim Racing to capture fantastic shots throughout the season, and 24/7 sim services as well. 24/7 sim services provides services for any application that you see necessary. That is race control provider for us tonight. So they are operating the amazing race control you see tonight. So a lot of great sponsors on board, guys. A lot of great drivers as well getting behind this and supporting a great thing for charity. We are not too far from a restart. The safety car is in the lane, and it is being handed over to the 044 car for control of this field. So if I can stop my notes, it is Troy Stonestreet that will lead us away when we get to the final corner. He can go anytime from now, and he goes on the exit of the final corner. So green, restart number 1 of the evening, lap 33. So we have 90 laps to go in this race. It is Troy Stonestreet and WKNP Sim Sports leads away from Mick Clifton in the accelerator, from Blake Warboys, Paul Young and Denny Poulton in 5th place for One Performance Racing. What a shot this is. The curb jam over turn 2. We want to be able to collect the GoPro at the end. I don't think this GoPro is going to be very good condition, but look at all these cars running through turn 2, side-by-side action down at turn 3 as well. That's at turn 5, that's at turn 6, I'm so sorry. And they run through turn 6 for the first time. Look at this pack, nice and closed up once again. Cars side by side, trying to jockey for position. They have to sort it out before they get to turn 8, because it is single file through there, and they file back into one line now for the run back through turn 8. This is a lovely camera shot as well, sideways for someone. One of the 4 Mustangs through that corner, nice and close to the wall. Up the inside now for multiple drivers. That is Fishy Motorsports looking to make a move in that lovely DJR inspired livery, and they get through turn 9 relatively cleanly, and we are back underway and green here at Adelaide Street Circuit, and it is number 40 for WKNP Sim Sports and Troy Stonestreet that continue to lead the way after the restart. What an action-packed restart that was.
Yeah, was calling that out as a nice shell livery. That's the Fishy Motorsports entry there of DC with the shell-esque livery. Yeah, go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, it's the Shell Helix livery from 0102. That retro livery's based on. So it's the number 427. That's Paul Young behind wheel in a split livery. Yeah, a bit of a split of the. Looks like it's the WKMP. Might be getting it wrong. I do apologize. The Phase BAR entry. So it's a combination of Phase 4 and Banter Alliance Racing in a, I gotta say, very BAR 1999 livery. Which I gotta say was very interesting. It was an interesting livery and a very interesting backstory for why they end up doing the split livery.
Oh, with Jensen Button and the BAR for some part of time. Have we talked about that one?
Oh
no.
That was, I think it was Jacques Villeneuve and I can't remember the second driver. It might have been Giancarlo Fisichella. Some of the comments will correct me on that one. Actually, fun fact, it was actually meant to be, it was meant to be 2 liveries that BAR ran, which was, I think it was Lucky Strike and 555, but because of FIA regulations saying they have to be the same, they went with this split livery with the zipper down the middle.
Well, massive moment on the run into the final corner. That's getting messy.
Yeah.
It's still going messy as and it's going to get worse. Into the outside wall. And that is, he's got a helping hand there. So he's gone from the inside wall to the outside wall in a matter of meters. And everyone else seems to have done a great job of avoiding him. He's going to try and gas it up, but he's just waiting for everybody to go through. Having his team feeding information saying, just wait.
Look at that damage.
No, he has. Yeah, look at them. That is broken on the right rear. That is that tire is not moving. That is come clean. That axle is broken. That is ruined. He's going to have to go back to the pit lane from there. Could be in another safety car if he doesn't get this moving too quickly.
Lars Howard in the comment section said it was Jacques Villeneuve and Ricardo Zonta was the BAR team in 99. So,
there you go.
There we go.
I think we're going to get another safety car here, gentlemen. We may have to go to yellow. Keep us up the inside now. Whoa. This is a bold move from Quantum Racing on 195 Sim Sports. That's Carl Hunter. That's Jack Wittes or Justin McLean. That was a very bold move under brakes into turn 9. That was a lovely overtake. Just waiting to get confirmation. Are we going to have a safety car? Has he got that car moving yet? I'm not entirely certain. And I don't know. I can't see him there. We might get an idea when he pans. He's still sitting there, so this should be a safety car.
This should be a safety car. It has to be requesting turn now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a second safety car. As the saying goes, safety car breeds safety car.
Worth noting that at the moment the safety car has not left the pit bay, so we're not imminent, but maybe just deciding that it's far enough off the track there that it doesn't represent an issue. We'll have to wait and see if he does get the toe here. Worth going back to have a look at though, because Luke Newing has put that in the wall in a big way, sandwiched in the middle, but then a bit of contact at just the wrong time. And that was hard contact in that rear right. You can tell immediately it's going to snap the axle on that one.
You can see how much the rear is squatting on that Camaro. That's how much it busted the right rear suspension.
Yeah, there it is. Completely.
It's basically locked into place. There's no way you're gonna move that car. Well, that's 2 into 1 there for the 801 Sim Racing Camaro, and looks like he's redressed. Did he redress?
And safety car. There we go. Safety car. So. Your comment rings true. Safety cars breed safety cars, and I think JM went for a little bit of an overtake on very low bar there for a minute, and then they gave it back, and then they've got it back again, so that'll have to be sorted out, I think. But there is a safety car on the circuit, so he will pick up the leader. And crucially, we have a new leader in this race. It's in Blake Warboy. So the 63 car, we have a change of lead, and we are missing the Accelerate, or Mick Clifton, the Accelerate car has dropped all the way back to 6. So something has happened to the lead of that race, which now we have a safety car. May give us an opportunity to work out exactly what has happened. But there's been something going on at the front of that field, because Troy Jones Street and Mick Clifton were 1 and 2, and now Troy has lost a spot and Mick Clifton has lost 5 spots in that process. So something has gone on there with the leaders.
Just trying to see if it was the pit stops or anything like that. It's a pretty general 33-odd second pit stop by the Accelerated Endurance driver there of Mick Clifton, which is straightforward. Most of the other drivers around him did about 33. Danny P did a 24, but remember, that's because they didn't do a driver change. Danny P stayed in that car, whereas the other drivers did a driver change, a lot of them, so that's the reason why they didn't have costed them so much time. Well, it cost them at least over 30 seconds. Stationary, that is, for for the pit stop, which is as what Jared had mentioned at the top of the show, is what they simulate for yanking the driver out and shoving the other one in, essentially. Like you would in real life. Climb out the window because the doors don't open.
Yes, well, and the safety car apparently in this lap, but I just note that Accelerate endurance car, they were second after that previous safety car restart. So something's happened in those sort of 3 or 4 laps for that to take place. So that's very interesting indeed. And I believe the safety car restart will be the next time by. Obviously, we have our racing going on here. I just had to get an update for myself. So for anyone else that's interested, that maybe follows the Big Bash as well, if you're curious, after 18 overs, Sydney Thunder are 5 for 155, and they're batting first at Bellerive Oval, Ninja Stadium in Hobart. So just an update on the cricket. We're covering all formats this evening. I as a Sydney Thunder fan, I have to keep on top of what's happening over there.
Brisbane
So for
Heat,
anyone
mate.
else,
You're in trouble.
look out! I got to be careful with Queenslanders in and around. But no, Brisbane Heat unlucky to miss out last night. They really good comeback by Jimmy Pearson late in that game. Saw them get very close, I thought, to upsetting the Melbourne Renegades. But yeah, sandbag. They're just letting everyone else get a head start. But yes, providing a cricket update for myself, but also for anyone else that's interested. Making sure you don't go anywhere. We've got all the information you could possibly need tonight, and we've got an amazing race still to come. Plenty of laps left. We're not even anywhere near halfway in this race, and we've already had
QR code.
There's the QR code again to donate to Pink Finss. If you feel so inclined, they really appreciate your support. They do amazing work with people that are affected by cancer and their families. So that's who this race tonight is all about. It is the charity
Cancer.
event for
That's what I have to say.
for Pink Finss, and they're doing a great job, a great thing for those people that are affected by such an awful disease. So that is wonderful. Safety car restart this time by, gentlemen. Do we think we might get a little bit longer before we see another safety car this time? 38 laps have gone. We've got 33 for the last one, and then about 34, or about 4 or 5 laps, sorry, I should say, before we saw the next safety car. So maybe we could get a few more laps in this time by.
Let's see.
Well, also biggest gainers so far through the field there, you'd have to say the Quantum Racing 100. That's the number 100 Mustang in P7. They're up 11 places currently at the moment. Yeah, the Frog Leap Juice Racing Red team for the 297. They're running in 12th place. They're up 11 places. That's pretty much the biggest gainers so far for your drivers. Are up 5 places, 4 places, and a couple of places dropped. The Ballon Stewart Foundation 180, piloted there by Matt Vanderkram. He's down 10 places in P17. Once again, like throughout this race, it's still early days, gentlemen.
It certainly is. Safety car's going around again, so we were told the safety car was in this lap, but it's done yet another lap. So maybe we're someone in race control is very eager to get this race going, and someone in race control is very not eager to get this race going again. I don't know which one we should be listening
6 to 1, half a dozen to another.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So someone in race control is pressing the go button, and someone in race control is pressing the stop button. So I think we've figured it out. Safety car in this time by, so we should get a restart to start lap 40 in this race, approaching 1/3 race distance, and hopefully we should see a full race. We've got 2 hours to go before we reach the time certain. We've got an hour of racing, so about a third of the race distance lines up 3 hours. So they're relatively on time if we can go green for a little while, but I think that would definitely help the cause.
Yeah, and get your friends and family involved as well, because let's see if we can crack that 100 live watching at the moment. Now we've been hovering around the 90, but everybody wants to crack that century. It's like that in cricket. You know, it's about cricket, isn't it? You want to have the century racked up next to your stats, and of course we'd love to see that. Adelaide, South Australia, there's that nice little camera angle to show you this new track that's been added to the iRacing simulation world, and gentlemen, I think it's proven to be a nice tricky track, but technical, but certainly some great overtaking opportunities, and I'll be looking forward to many more league races. coming up this next year, actually, I have to say. And most of the leagues probably start going to this track, including this league at ASR will be attending that for the last round of the championship.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of calendars come out for 2026, and they've got the Adelaide Street Circuit in either midway through the round or the last round of the series. So Adelaide becoming pretty popular in the Australian leagues, almost in similar vein to Tail and Bend when that came out on iRacing a couple of seasons ago. As we looks like we're about to get ready to go for restart number 2.
That's it. Restart number 2. Not too far away. It is the WKMP Sim Sports car of Blake Warboys that's going to lead us by this time. So they've inverted the order. It was Troy Stone Street that led us last time. Now it's Blake Warboys. He'll get to the final corner. He will hit the go pedal, hit the loud pedal, if you will, and he will drive away from Troy Stone Street and Phil Young. A great restart for the 63 car. He has sort of made a little bit of an air gap already as they run through turns 1, 2, and 3 for the first time on this restart. Restart number 2 in the Pink Finss Adelaide 400 charity event. And up the inside, we've got moves going on in the background from, I believe that was the Fishy Motorsports car. And that had, I believe, that was David Coleman behind the wheel of that car, trying to make some moves early, get some positions done. Daniel Poulton sitting in 4th place in that one performance car in front. So he is fighting for position, move his way up the field as a result of some pit stops early on. And we now have in the background this car looking to go side by side through turn 8. Can't go side by side through there. Look how close they all get to this wall. Has run through some more so than others. That was a high amount moment for, I believe, trying to look at, there's one of the leapfrog cars, I believe. It was so close. Well, look at them all. You just, even though
Troy's gone off deep.
Troy Sipple is facing the weight, but he's got going again. That's good to hear. And he is rolling again. There he is. But I was about to say, even though it's one, we're not in the car, we're not there, and 2, it is virtual, I still feel my heart drop every time a car gets super close to that wall at turn 8. You just can't help but feel that way, can you?
No, and it's even in real life broadcasts, you see, these cars get very close. You just kind of take a few steps back and think, whoa, don't get too close now, otherwise you will hit it. And we know how much force a supercar can have on the turn 8 wall, enough to move it like several meters. Like we've seen with, again, multiple crashes that happened at the Adelaide Grand Final just last month. As we go side by side for the staircase section, that's at the exit of turn 5, heading into turn 6. Got that sorted pretty quickly.
He did. People in the chat going, oh, go Fishy. So people getting around. Cameron Crook and Carly Warwick getting behind the Fishy Motorsports car. There's another car making a little bit of contact. You see the smoke, the puff of smoke in the background with the camera turn 8 in the background. Sort of indicates if someone's made a little bit of a love tap with that fence. So up the inside now for Matty Parker in that lovely presented Austin Cindric inspired livery. He gets himself up another spot on Michael Power. Oh, it's Harry in the background. There's stuff. Someone has had a moment, Sykes, and I think he had to sort of slow down there. Maybe that's why he was going so slow. They're side by side on the run towards the final corner. They're still making contact. There's pushing and shoving everywhere. And now it does get resolved with Keenan Sykes holding on to that place. Up the inside now does go, I believe that's
Danny P.
Danny P on Paul Young. Jack Wittes also looking to get past Paul Young. And then David Coleman's going to invite himself into this one as well. So everyone's excited, keen to have a look at this, we'll call it the BAR car of, it is Phase BAR. Phase BAR, Paul Young, he's now got David Coleman. So lost a couple of spots there. Not sure what that was a result of, but it just looks like a little bit of momentum, and especially through that staircase section. You spoke about this actually, Isaac, quite a few times. Momentum is important, especially through that staircase section, because it's so tricky, but it's so easy to lose spots.
100%. Like, it's the only area where you don't really have to shift gears. You just stay in second, let the car kind of max out its revs. As
somebody
might be
in
another
the chat's
here.
asking where Ryan Palmer is. Ryan Palmer is driving. He's not driving at the moment, but he is driving.
He actually cuts
Is, Ryan Palmer, if you like a physical location on Ryan Palmer, I can assure you he's in his house at the moment. So he is. If you'd like to know where he is, he's in his house. If you know where that is, feel free to show up, and I'm sure he probably won't come to the door. He's busy watching his teammate Josh Harris in 9th place at the moment. But that's where they're sitting. The 80 HD car number 80, in 9th place on the road.
Yeah, they're going to switch the drivers over. If you just tuned in at the moment, you got 2 drivers there out there per team. So it's a 3-hour race. They want to switch it up so they don't get as sweaty, trying to concentrate for 3 hours. And they're going to hand the realms over to the other driver to pilot for a little bit. That's exactly what I actually just saw the camera there too of Danny P, and he's actually on his phone at the moment checking something. But here we go.
Too busy. Yeah. So Danny P, that means he's not in the car?
No, Danny P, I mean, sorry, that was Ryan Palmer checking his phone, but Danny P is actually in the middle of a nice battle there between Jack.
Danny P checking his phone. I'd be impressed, but I'd also be concerned.
Whoa,
That's Ricky. Was that Ricky Hyde on Michael Whiting? Brendan Grotch on Michael Whiting. So he's made a move. He has made a move up into the top 10. That's a lovely overtake, actually, through turn 9, which is we've established is a tricky corner to get corrected. Now Ricky Hyde, I think, fancies himself a look at the back of Michael Whiting as well. I will note, it was noted by the stewards that car 71 and car 15, which is Michael Whiting, there was no further action after that rallycross excursion at turn 1 that Michael Whiting had. And I'm sure he won't be too thrilled that that's no further action, but obviously the stewards see that there's nothing majorly wrong in that situation. I believe we have someone that's just joined.
Right.
We have, oh no,
Ryan Palmer.
We have Ryan Palmer has joined us in the commentary box, fresh from texting on his phone. He's flat out busy in that race. Ryan, welcome in to the commentary box. It's a pleasure to have you in here. How's your race going so far? Sitting in 9th place at the moment, Josh behind the wheel. You guys are looking in a pretty good position.
Yeah, for what we planned, the start went really well. Everyone was really courteous. I managed to get a slowdown at turn 2 because I couldn't actually see the corner because there were just cars everywhere. But yeah, they've actually dropped the slowdown from 1.2 to 0.9, but it's still so hard to burn it through the staircase. But no, it's going really good. I picked off a few positions, probably burned a bit more fuel than what I wanted to. Lost, I think, 2 spots in the pit stop, but yeah, no, Josh got in and he's, doing pretty much what we planned. Just get in, punch out some laps, get to our critical lap number of what we want, and I'll jump back in and finish the race, and we'll go from there.
Now, I'm gonna go as far as to call you and I friends. I think we know each other relatively well enough that I can use that term. We've been playing a guessing game all night in terms of strategy. As friends, is there anything you can give us in terms of the strategy, how that's working, in how you're looking in terms of distance, in terms of fuel tank? What's going first? Is it the tyres that are struggling? Is it the fuel tank? Can you give us anything, or is it we are keeping it all a secret so no one gets any extra information?
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Ryan, on strategy, mate, can I
say everything is going to the plan?
There's a few questions tonight coming in the chat for you, Ryan. The biggest one that I want to pass on is how you're feeling about the lack of grass for you to mow here at Adelaide.
Mate, I'm not the grass mower. Curry's Curry Beach. But there's grass at the final corner, and my plan is to not touch the grass at all. So, but no, it's going really well so far. I was actually really nervous this afternoon at work. I was like, geez, big race coming up. I knew the lap times. I put in like nearly 200 laps worth of practice. So probably the most practice I put in for any round so far. But mate, if you think that's a lot, I know Jamie Dark's done probably near 400 laps. So, we're doing really well. Oh, it sounds like a big incident somewhere. But
Heddershield helped my favourite livery car, the Austin Cindric style livery car, just around the wrong way at turn 9. But anyway, go on.
But yeah, so we knew that there'd be a fair few safety cars, which obviously there has been so far. So that was our plan, just lock in, do some consistent laps, and what will come will come. We have a game, if we can get a top 10, mad. I put it in a pretty decent spot in quali and then caught a couple of positions. But no, there's some quick drivers out there, man. Like, these guys are so quick. Like 21.7s, 17 laps into the stint, man. Like, that's crazy work. But I will say, go on board with a car that's right up the back of another one into turn 8. You cannot see a thing. Like, it's literally just, you've got to actually pull yourself out to look and see the corner far ahead, and then just hope for the best. But no, I'm really loving this track. It's so good. And this combo, like, it's really good. Main thing as well, man, I'm doing it with Josh, doing it for ADHD. We're only a small bunch of boys, but especially for the Cancer Foundation, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as we saw it come up, we're like, yeah, bang, enter it. So, special livery as well, thanks to iRacing Design. So, Scotty Stevens, cheers, mate. Looks awesome. I'd like a little bit more white, but no, it's looking good. But no, race has gone well. So, fingers crossed we keep it up, and, what will be, will be.
Did you let the boys at work know that you're going to be racing? Because you said you're nervous at work there. They're like, come on. Did you tell them where you're going to be finishing here, or what's
I let one of the boys know, like, he knew nothing about iRacing, or David Logsdale, geez, in the mix there. That's a bit scary. But yeah, no, one of the boys was like, oh, what's iRacing? And I was like, showed him a lap, and he goes, bro, that's mad. He's working tonight. He does night shift, so he'll chuck the stream on and see how we're going. So I told him, I'm like, mate, look out for the pink and blue car. So no, doing really well, and I've shared it everywhere, Facebook, Insta, messages, everyone that we can share it to. So it's looking good on stream. Quite a fair few viewers. I'm looking up near 100 marks, so no, it's going well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your company. You're going really well, mate. We look forward to seeing you continue to do great things in this race. Thank you very much for joining us in the booth. Good luck for the remainder of this race, and look forward to seeing that awesome strategy that you're going to pull out to come back to the field and maybe get yourself up onto the podium.
Look, a podium might be a bit stretched, but we'll just aim for best while we can. But no, cheers, boys. Thanks to all you guys joining in, everyone at home as well. And big thanks to ASR for putting this on, man. It's a massive race, 45 cars. Yeah, it's going to be good. So, cheers, boys. Enjoy the rest of the race.
Cheers. Thank you, Ryan.
Michael, have a little tank slapper in the fence, and everybody's going to be...
massive movement. Everyone's going to trip over each other. There's Michael Power into the wall as we said goodbye to Ryan Palmer, and then everybody has tripped over each other.
Vanderkrant's had a moment too.
Vanderkrant has had a moment.
I think it's Matt Vanderkrant. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's someone had a moment in the background, and we've got a car stopped. Will that car get going again? We're going to have to keep a very close eye on that. I was just going to say, gentlemen, it seems that I tried to do a little bit of prying, but it seems like they're keeping the cards very close to their chests at ADHD, as most drivers are. To make sure that there's no one that's getting an inch on strategy. We've got cars still going side by side through this staircase section. They're trying to sort it out.
That could have ended badly.
That could have ended a lot more messy than it did, especially with some cars quite fast approaching. No further action between cars 511 and 53 on lap 45, so that was a few laps ago. There's no further action. This is Phil Manuel up the inside now on the 52 car. Can he get that position done with the quad monitors? So 3 monitors for driving, 1 monitor up top, I believe, for data. He's got it all happening. And they are side by side on the run towards the penultimate corner, but they sort that out before they get there. Scott Weston.
It's his only fence account he's got running up there as well.
I think I also spotted, looks like an STP banner. There could be a bit of memorabilia in the background as well. As we see, looks like Vanderkrant is going to try and go around the outside. Now into the inside of turn.
It's Vargs and Vanderkrant, yeah. That'll be interesting between these drivers. They've
look like they got
had a few in the past. Yeah.
Had a beef before. Look at the smoke in the background.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the Quantum Racing entrance is exactly where they started this race in P16. They haven't moved anywhere. The only team that hasn't moved at all, it's a smoke up there. Exactly. Somebody's blowing something up.
It's not Ryan Palmer, is it? He's known for blowing.
Yeah. Oh, it's the.
Oh, it's Phil Whiting.
Phil Whiting. Yeah. That does look very. Look at that right front. That was pointing very much inwards, going in a straight line. So that is. It does need a wash. It does not look good at all. Yeah, that is not good. He'll
That's from
get
that incident
back.
we saw before, actually, because it came around the corner and got into those that car park that we saw. That corner right there, actually. Just we'll see the replay right now.
That's locks it up. Nowhere to go. Into the wall. We thought that was Matt Vanderkrum, but it was a red Ford Mustang. Actually,
It was the
not
21.
red
It
Ford
was Riley Simons in that Mustang. So I do apologise to Matt Vanderkrum.
Danny B's
He's
up in the
currently-
P2 currently in a moment too, gentlemen. He's battling it out with
Oh,
Jack. So Danny B.
Danny P is up into P2. He is pushing through this one. He is making great use of that pace. He's Danny P. And I guarantee you cut to his camera, he will look as calm and collected as ever. It doesn't matter whether that man is leading first by a mile or he's in the biggest battle pack you've ever seen in your life. There is just the same neutral expression on that man's face.
Got into Jack
at all times.
Got
into Jack.
Had a contact. And
Just get a contact there, and that is Jack Widdowson, Paul Young, having a little bit of a, I think the
Keep an eye
technical
for
term is
DC in the background too. He's going to capitalise if these guys make any mistake.
the technical term here is ding dong battle. Oh, that's a car stop. That's the Camaro from earlier.
It is the
Stopped on the
Camaro.
inside.
That is a real bad spot to park that car, right on the curb, right in front.
Very, very awkward spot for Whiting to park that car.
Yeah. I reckon that's going to be another safety car. That is
Got to be a safety car.
That's a real bad spot. If someone goes in for that corner and doesn't see that car there is going to be a massissive crash.
All right, who said 3 safety cars? They got to win something, surely.
I believe that was Scott Stevens, the iRacing ANZ chat show.
Top
I
of the
was
show,
saying Scott Stevens. Well, congratulations, Scott Stevens.
Congratulations, Scott. You win. Prediction of the day: 3 safety cars at this stage. It looks
we haven't
like
had the
could
third
have.
yet. It's not been called yet.
It's not confirmed, but it looks fairly certain.
It's waiting.
I think this is most likely to happen. I don't see that car of Phil Whiting going anywhere anytime soon.
No,
Now, the really concerning thing for me here, gents, and this is call it one of the hazards of the way that iRacing works with cars sitting in pits, and indeed we are about to see Tim Nicol jump in the car because I've just noticed that Dylan Sipple has a meatball flag. I think he's left the engine running in that BMW and it's overheated and cooked it because that first safety car is it is.
And everybody's coming in, gentlemen.
Yeah, safety car's been
Safety
called,
car,
but,
there we go.
yeah, Tim Nicol has had to come out in the alternate car because Dylan's is out of action.
He's cooked the BMW.
Yeah.
Well, we did joke earlier we would have to see the second safety car.
Here it
Actually,
is.
it's not a joke. We've actually genuinely had to see the second safety car of the race because that engine in the first BMW is cooked enough to do an emergency engine change on that, I would think. If that's something they can do.
It's
But
time
now,
to ask if we can get Chubby Buns Burgers to Queensland now. Seeing
Yeah,
the
there it is.
safety car.
there it is. They have sponsored the safety cars. So is that the Chubby Buns car as well?
Yeah.
So we've got the Chubby Buns safety car and the Chubby Buns car.
Yeah, that's true.
We can talk about the sponsor. So what a brilliant time. So as a new safety car sponsor, and unfortunately for yourself, Biggles, that only in New South Wales is at the moment. But there's some delicious mouth-watering. Well, you have to come to New South Wales just for a trip, I think, just to get some mouth-watering, delicious charcoal grilled wagyu beef and chicken burgers on a gourmet milk bun with a range of fries to choose from. These burgers available every day until late. To ensure you can cure those late-night burger cravings, fast food has never tasted so good. 12 locations in New South Wales. To find one that is closest to you if you are in New South Wales, like myself, which I will be doing this later on after the race tonight, chubbybuns.com.au, that's right. I'll be finding the nearest location. I want a burger now.
You want to hear where they are?
I love to.
So Chubby Buns is available at Lincoln, Punchbowl, Lansvale, Rockdale, Greystanes, Ryde, Blacktown, Hoxton Park, Campbelltown, Croydon Park, Penrith, Gordon, and Enmore, which is too far from where I am.
Right, trip to Sydney. It's only a 2-hour drive from my place. I'm going to start driving to Sydney.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.5 hours from where I am.
Yeah, I'll make the trip. I'm down there. at some point. I'm sure I'll make the trip and get
They'll
myself a
DoorDash
nice,
it to you.
nice burger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No, we-
DoorDash it 2
Check the
hours
website
away.
out. I'm not sure about that. But,
Yeah, that's I won't quote them. We won't quote them on that. But it seems, gentlemen, in the car race that is still happening on our screens at this point in time,
True drivers.
There's
pretty much
Some drivers
we've had
now,
switch real drivers, and I think pretty much everyone's used this opportunity under the safety car to come in and get a pit stop done.
Yeah. As we got a bit of a safety car, do you want to hear a bit of breaking news in Formula One land?
Sure. Fill us in.
Portimao returning to Formula One for 2027 and 2028.
Nice.
I'm happy about that. I
Yeah,
like
that means they get rid of Monaco and put a decent track in like that, maybe? No?
Apparently, it's to replace Zandvoort.
Oh,
So which would you guys prefer? Zandvoort, Monaco, Portimao, or Monaco? Anything but Monaco?
Anything but Monaco.
Biggles, you're not going to lie. Not only am I New South Welshman, I quite like Monaco as a circuit.
What?
Do
Do you want to have a sleep in the afternoon? There's about 5 overtakes during the whole race. Boring.
Do I think that the current gen of F1 cars suits
Should be.
Monaco? No.
Okay.
Do I like
well,
Monaco
that's-
as a circuit? Yes. Do I think we should put them all in go-karts or Formula 2 cars?
That's
and
what
watch
I'm
them
thinking,
go?
yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely we should.
Either Formula 3 or Formula... Well, actually, to be fair, there's a new set of regulations for F1 coming into next year, so who knows? It might...
There's still no
They're supposed to be
overtakes.
they're supposed to be slightly smaller cars next year, but whether
Still
that'll
no
make a difference, we'll see.
I agree with
but I
this.
think-
What if they did just keep it on the calendar, but rather than count it for a championship, put them in glorified go-karts, right? And then do it
Yep.
as a raising charity event, kind of like what we're doing tonight.
Monaco
There you go.
Historics. Monaco
That's it.
Historics.
On historic, but just keep it in there as a calendar because all the sponsors and stuff just want to sit there and toast their champagne. They can
Or
celebrate all the multi-million.
Put it in
dollars,
as we know F1 drivers
Just do
like their money. Put a big prize up, and we know Monaco. We know the Principality aren't short of cash. They put a prize up, put them in
but they all
F2
live there,
cars.
so
and-
it's coming home at the end of the day anyway.
That's I think it's a home race for them all. They just have to walk out their front door and there's the racetrack.
But
I
speaking of
remember-
donations, of course, yeah, I don't know if Jared can chuck that up. The QR code back on the
up.
screen there.
Yeah, good
so if
segue.
you want to make some
it
donation,
is.
thank you very much. Just scan that on your phone. It'll take you directly to the link there. And whatever you can donate, if you can donate anything, if you can't donate anything at the moment because we don't times are tough, don't have to. But if you've got a spare coin, bit of change, please do.
And I will say, just if you're not able to donate, viewing the video, sharing it around, getting as many people as you can to come in and check out this racing is also a massive help because it's help grows the community. Views are also important, raising awareness for this charity and the awesome work it does because you necessarily may not be in a position to donate, but someone may be, and that what will make the difference. And word of mouth and spreading the amazing work that this charity does around to as many people as possible is what will get the support that it sorely needs because they do some, as we said earlier, some amazing, incredible work. And we cannot thank them enough. We cannot thank enough also the sponsors of this event that have made this happen tonight. And yeah, safety car number 3, gentlemen. So we're 54 laps down. We're yet to reach the halfway point of this race. We are about, I'm going to do quick maths to my head standby. We are about 12 or 13 laps away from the halfway point of this race. And we are, what is this? We are
We're actually very
an
close to getting
an hour
the,
and we're almost an hour and a half into this race. We're not quite at halfway point yet. Where it's 9:10 local time if you're on the east coast of Australia minus Queensland, so Eastern Daylight Time. And we've been going since about 7:45 local time. So it's we're about an hour and a half into this race almost, and we're yet to reach halfway.
What's interesting too, gentlemen, that we have a bit of a split pit stop strategy as well too. So we've got the 266 Sim Racing and P4. We're up 29 places. The reason why? They've only taken one pit stop. Last time that was down there on lap 26. Most of those drivers took the advantage to go down during this third portion safety car. Some drivers have been down 3 times. Quantum Racing, entrance of the number 100 and P7, they've been down pit road 3 times. And the other drivers have been down 2 times. But interesting to see what their strategy is there for the 266 to gain some track position. But at some point, I think they've got to come down, don't they? Currently sitting at P4.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they'd certainly have to, and we'll keep a very close eye on that because obviously, yeah, as you said, definitely some split strategy going on, which is, I think, actually makes this quite exciting. Personally, I'm a big fan of the split strategy. Opens up some options, opens up some chances, especially in situations like this. If we get a safety car later in the race that can help those cars, will be good. And we bring in, actually now to the booth, one of the men that's not really racing in this event, but his brand Quantum Tint Solutions also sponsors ASR. It is Troy Sippel. Troy, g'day. Pleasure to have you in the booth. You guys running a relatively good race at the moment. How are you feeling, having been in the car and done some laps? What is your take on this race so far, 55 laps down?
Yeah, pretty good. I haven't really got the pace, so I haven't really got into it yet. So kind of threw me out and got Simon back in there. He's a little bit quicker than me, so it's a little bit slippery than I thought. So, but all in all, we're doing well so far. So still 22nd. I think we got a lot more fuel than a lot of people. So
yep,
it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah,
the course of the race. So
now we are wondering. I think Jared especially is wondering. We saw in the safety car period we had a little while ago, there was a Quantum racing car that made contact with the barrier at turn 8 under safety car conditions. That wasn't you. I think Jared might secretly be hoping it was you, but it wasn't you, was it?
No, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. So I did all right through the safety car, but just got swamped when we went back racing. So I think I come out that first stop, because obviously Bensi was behind us. And yeah, we looked at a lot of the fuel times. A lot of them stopped a lot less than me, so I got a bit swamped. But no, it wasn't me that hit the wall. So
okay, well that's good to know. Now, talk us through how you're feeling as we get safety cars coming in this time. So we'll ask you quickly. We've got just over half race distance to go now. How are you guys looking? You said you have a lot of fuel in there. Are you looking good in terms of strategy? You know what you have to do to get to the end of this one?
Yeah, we're pretty. It's again, safety cars will change each time a safety car comes out. It changes. Like the first 27 laps, we got nothing, and then this is our third safety car in the second stint. So yeah, I got out of the car a little bit earlier than what I'd like. I'd like to stay in for about another 6 or so laps, but it is what it is. But we'll swap things down a little bit and go again. But so far, car's pretty good. We're keeping it clean, and hopefully the end strategy will come up for us. So, but we've been running around mid-pack. So we were up the top 11, I think 11 when we pitted the first time. So safety car, I think, kind of cocked us a little bit. It come out right in front of us out of the pit. So we the ones that pitted after us kind of got a little bit better pit stop because we were slowed up by the safety car. But hey, here's what it is. Luck of the draw. So we'll keep moving forward and hopefully it'll go well.
I don't think you'd have to worry about the heat in the car, mate, because it's all tinted with your Quantum Tint Solution. So don't worry about that, mate. And
our car's air conditioned too, bro. We got full on aircon going in there, so there's been no sweat at all, so it's going all right. So
Troy, while you're here in the booth, mate, tell us a little bit about ASR and Pink Finns and where this all started, because obviously this is the second year that you and Rick and the rest of the Alliance Sim Racing team have put on this Pink Finns charity event. I know it started with a pretty personal story for one of the ASR guys, but it's become what we're hoping will be a bit of an annual tradition, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, the last one went reasonably well. I think we only raised about $700, but we'd only just started with ASR. So, but we a couple of us had a few different charities that we really like to look at, but. With one of the drivers, it was actually Jamie, so he's not in our team, but Jamie's within his family, he had a bit of a rough patch back last year, so we actually dedicated it to him and his wife, and that's how it started. And then this year we thought wanted to do it again, but we didn't know which track, and then the moment they announced Adelaide was coming out, we thought, boom, let's do an Adelaide 400, and we'll do another charity event. So, and everyone's jumped on. Like, I think last time, the first one, we only had about 23 cars or something. And now this one, we've got 44 cars, and I think there were still people that were wanting to get into it. So it was, yeah, really good. And I think before the race, we were at $1,300, nearly $1,400. So hopefully it keeps going. All the viewers out there, please get on, give money. It's a really good cause, and it can help a lot of people. So, and I'm sure every single person knows or has had something like that go in their life. So let's help them eradicate it.
Absolutely, we couldn't agree more. And yeah, we thank everyone, as I said, that has been supported so far by donating. Oh, Matt's contact, that's a moment. And that is Reece Wakefield running wide. He's been escorted there by, so I'm kind of trying to work out who that was that made contact with him, but he's been escorted wide at turn 11, and he will not be too happy about that one. But yes, Troy, you're running 21st position. We get a replay of that action at the moment, but Troy, you're running 21st position.
Just
and
a tiny tap, high speed.
Just a tiny tap from Mick Clifton. You guys hoping to move forward before this one. What's the goal before the end of this race? Have you got a position in mind?
Yeah, we want to be the back of the 10 would be really, really good. But if we can finish better than what we qualified, that'd be even better. So, you know, there's a lot of fast drivers in there, a lot of good drivers as well. So, mate, all we can do is do the best we can. My enduro season last year wasn't a real good one, so I'm hoping for a really good result this back with Simon again. So hopefully we can pull out a decent finish and get ready for the enduro season again for next year.
Yeah, he's hoping. We'll be watching with great interest. We wish you all the best, and thank you for jumping in, having a chat to us, especially about just such what is a great cause that we are getting behind and supporting with today's race. We really appreciate your time, Troy.
That's good, and also thank you guys, because you just jumped on board broadcasting it for the charity, and also Race Control, Rick for helping me do it and get it all sorted. He's done a lot of work behind the background, and he's a pretty busy man himself. So, you know, heads up to everyone that's helping. It's a good cause, and we look forward to doing more and more of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to a lot more charity events in the future. Thank you very much, Troy. That's Troy Sipple there, and he is representing Constant Racing, also one of the key guys here at ASR. He is probably one of the most instrumental members of the ASR community and makes a lot of this stuff happen. And he is sharing car 17 with Simon Haynes, I believe. He was sharing with it is Simon Haynes. I got that right. I'm very, very impressed with myself. Simon Haynes never running in down in 20th place moment. This is a replay of Jason Dunn. Got it crossed up on the way in, made contact. He's broken the left rear. Look at that. It's just sort of fishtailing as a result, but he's broken that left rear as a result of getting it crossed up on the way into 11.
That dumb.
Indeed. It's like 59. We've got overtakes going on here galore. We've had 3 safety cars so far in this race, and we'll get a bit of a running order of where it sits at the moment. So it is Billy Mole in the 63 car that leads the way for WKMP Sim Sports, from Phil Manuel in the 82 car here for 266 Sim Racing. And it is Paul Young in phase 4, 427 car, followed by Troy Stonestreet, Jason Bentz, Justin McLean, Jamie Dyke, Alex Zekas up 18 spots, Matthew Day and Mick Clifton rounds out your top 10. Then Josh Harris, Luke Allman and Brandon Gooch, plus Reece Wakefield just outside that top 10. Reece Wakefield had that contact a little bit earlier on with, I'm trying to remember who we had that contact with, but it was a little bit messy from Reece Wakefield. A couple of guys I'm used to seeing in GT3 cars, not necessarily in supercars, so it's nice to see them getting behind the wheel of something a little bit different and having a go at this. But this is James Hardy that we are watching at the moment on your screen, and he is not too far behind. He's a little bit behind Simon Haynes, but he's got Ryan Betts right behind him for company. That's a very hairy moment. Ryan looks to capitalise. up the inside into the hairpin. And Isaac, that's another one of the close moments we've had this evening. We've had quite a few close moments there tonight, haven't we?
We've had a few hairy moments there. Oh, that's another hairy moment heading into Victoria Park. I think it's Victoria Park. Ryan Bettis having a nice pass heading into turn 9 to get this battle for the top 10 happening at the moment. Looks like, who's that? Mick Clifton in the 217 machine. At the moment, looks like he's running away with this. So Matt Day in the 039 who's acting as a bit of a cork in the bottle as Josh has a bit of a look heading into the staircase section turn 4. I should get another guest.
Another guest in. It's Stephen Clark.
The Sandman.
The booth.
Stephen Clark. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it tonight or not, Sandman, mate. Welcome to a fairly crowded commentary booth, but good to have you along, dropping on in. One of the more notable voices in Australian iRacing commentary, and was here with me in the booth last year when we did this for the first time. It's good to have you on board again, mate.
Thanks, mate. G'day, boys. So how good is this? It's so good to see so many people getting behind this for such a great cause. The racing has been great, and how exciting to have Adelaide on board.
Oh, it's
100%.
I tell you what, if we had had this number of cars at Sandown, I reckon it would have been a whole other story last year. But we've decided to cram them all onto Adelaide this time. And honestly, we were just talking about this before you've dropped in. We had a really clean opening, 27, 28 laps or so, and we're now at 3 safety cars as the count. Actually, probably a pretty low number, you'd think, for somewhere like Adelaide.
Yeah, and for being such a brand new circuit to us all, obviously we all know the layout, which way it goes, it turns left, turns right, but it's the first time we've all got a feel for it in the sim. So I think you're finding now that the guys are probably getting a little bit more comfortable with their car, and that's where the intensity stepped up a little bit. It was probably, around like 27 or something, I think we saw our first safety car. So that's not a bad stint for these guys. And then that's when fatigue, I guess, starts to come into it a little bit too, because, they're getting comfortable. They know they can push the limits a little bit. They might be in a decent battle, and it's so easy, as I've found, just as probably everyone else has found, when you just start cutting laps around here, it is so easy to make a little mistake.
100%. And I've seen some of the instances that, a touch there at turn 8. The last safety car was basically all done by themselves through center chicane and finished it off at the exit of 3.
It's interesting, isn't it? This racetrack, it's just brilliant. Sorry, mate, go for it.
Yeah, right. This track is just. What else can you say about the Adelaide Street Circuit that hasn't really been said already?
I think one of the things that's worth calling out, though, because it is, it's a supercar circuit by nature, right? Obviously, it's not how the Adelaide Street Circuit started off back in the Formula days, but when they did revive it for supercars, I might be imagining it, but I reckon these curbs have gotten taller and taller every year as they try to stop these guys from bouncing over them and getting advantage from doing so. It adds a certain level of complexity to an endurance race here, though, doesn't it? When you're trying to manage the car as close to without bouncing over those time and time again. As you said, fatigue's starting to set in, and I think a lot of people underestimate. Well, big moment there as well for who was that in the background? Might have been Matthew Day again, poor bloke. It can really get very fatiguing as these force feedback wheels do punish your arms every time you bounce over one of these here at Adelaide.
Absolutely, and we talk about street circuits and curbs, and always we take a dive up the inside, nice and brave move up there, beautiful, gets the job done, no contact. But it's so easy. These cars do love to attack the curbs, and I think that's in our V8 DNA, isn't it? When we see the cars up over the curbs, I mean, look at the images that we see in real life at the Gold Coast. Just seeing them bounce up over curbs. You wouldn't dare have curbs that big for Formula One cars because we'd have massive incidents, and that's the last thing you want to see with those type of cars. But I think it adds a little bit of a little bit of flavour to our cars when we've got our cars sort of bouncing up over curbs.
100%, and it actually goes. Was it Aiden Sykes hit the tyre bundle heading into the permanent bundle?
Oh no!
The 05.
That is it's the chubby, not the chubby buns burgers. That's
Not again.
that's super disappointing. But that's so easy to do, isn't it? Especially coming around that corner. You're in third gear. It's such a fast corner. You just you run out of room really quickly to avoid that, especially if you aren't aware to it.
It's so blind too. Like you're gonna have to be very aware of your surroundings to make sure you don't have an incident involving this. As we see, that's Michael Stewart. Too hot. Yep, too hot. Goes down the escape road.
Nice little flick spin though. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
No, it's very clean.
It was very impressive.
I wish I had $1 for every time I've done that since the track's come out. I think I've done that plenty of times.
So, Sandman, what's been happening in your world, mate? I know you've been keeping pretty busy with the Logi G Pro stuff going on all year, and probably more of that to come, I imagine.
Yeah, so we've got the final round at Adelaide for the Logitech G Pro Invitational, so that's been sensational all year. But I've dabbled a little bit behind the wheel too this year, so that's been a first, and joined the Vet Series and enjoying that. Making little mistakes as I go along the way, but thoroughly enjoying it. And I don't know, it's kind of helping me keep my eye in a little bit, because the more laps I do around these racetracks, it gives me a better understanding of sort of what these guys are going through when they're in these races and, tackling these tight turns.
Yeah, it does give you a very different appreciation for it. Although Biggles still hasn't let me forget when I handed over the reins a couple of weeks ago to get behind the wheel myself and ended up upside down in a Porsche RSR. But anyway, these things happen, and that's Bathurst, right? That's what the place will do to you.
Did that happen, boss? I forgot about
Did that happen? Yeah, I'm sure you forgot Biggles, I'm sure, mate. No, look, good
He's
to hear
probably
that
going to slip it in a Christmas card for you with a photo, I would imagine.
Oh,
Mate,
yeah, that reminds me.
Honestly, I thought I'd get in before he did for a change, because it's been probably, I reckon 4 or 5 broadcasts since Biggles, and I don't think you've missed me once, mate.
No. I was waiting, because we got some time here. We still got 58 laps to go on this one, because we crossed over halfway. So
let's grab a prediction from your way here, Stan. It's we're lap 66. We're pretty well bang on the halfway mark here.
Oh, sorry, something's happened at the moment. I think
Jason Benson's had a big one.
Yeah, that's it. Jason Benson's gone backwards, my friend.
Fence in the fence.
Wow. Oh. That
Massive
motor's,
damage to the front of that Mustang.
Yeah, that motor's smoking. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get that.
I mean, Fords blow up on their own, but that was actually a little bit of a hard lick into the fence.
I'm surprised he's actually still got that rolling, but at least he's going to be able to get it to the escape road there and hopefully get a bit of a safe tow.
I've been in a bit of trouble trying to get that back to the pits.
Well, yeah, it's a long lap. It's a really, really long lap, and I don't know that he'll have much in the way of steering left.
Still there.
Yeah,
halfway, gents.
His race control looking at this one. This could be an interesting one, because it's out of harm's way. You can see the racing line, but how's he going to get back?
He's going to give it a shot too.
Oh no! Oh, precarious position. You wouldn't want to be coming through that chicane with all that smoke and not.
No.
He's trying to do the best thing he can, get away with it. But driving back to the lane, I think we already saw throughout this race, someone was trying to get back to the lane with a dud engine and ended up expiring on the racing line. So.
Sounds like an tractor.
Ford V8 is best.
Yeah.
Hey.
I see we've got a mostly Ford commentary booth here this evening, which is always...
I like the Sandman here. I like him, mate. Yeah, you know your cars.
Nice to see an unbiased commentary box, I think, this evening, which is our staple. I think if this broadcast unbiased.
As Ken Ladder
Someone's got to
and
keep
Josh
the
Harris
Holden
battle out
versus
here.
Ford alive.
Well, look, I mean,
true.
The ladder doesn't lie, does it? You've got a Camaro up in 7th, you've got the next one in 10th, and a huge number of blue ovals. I don't know. I reckon you've got to put that down to the fact that it doesn't have the little red lion as to why not as many people choose to go with the Chevy, because that Holden pride still burns strong despite not having a Commodore around anywhere. Look at the smoke screen here from Benz. That's not ideal.
And they're coming up to him rapidly as well too. That's going to be dangerous. Let's get around him.
And Harris goes around trying to avoid it.
Who's that behind the wheel?
That's
of the
Josh
ADHD
Harris behind the wheel of the ADHD car.
Josh Harris.
3-1 is never going to work.
Ryan Palmer will be a very cranky man at the moment, so I don't think he's going to be too happy with that. 3-1, as you said, does not go, and that is very frustrating. He's trying to get it back, and I think that's going to save them a lot of time. But
he's in now, gentlemen. So finally got it in there.
Okay.
So there you go.
He's made it to the lane. Let's circle back. Before that all took place, I think Jared, you were asking Stephen, the Sandman, for your prediction in this race. Who you see? Who do you see coming out on top?
I think it's pretty early to be calling that. I mean, there's a couple of contenders who are in amongst it, but I was actually wondering if you reckon we're going to make this by the time certain line. I think it's looking pretty unlikely at this stage, isn't it?
Oh dear. How long have we got for time certain?
What, an hour and 12?
An hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. It's not looking real promising if we're just over halfway.
Yeah, and you'd imagine you'd probably see maybe another safety car possibly. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be a close one, isn't it?
I think with fatigue, you might be right, mate, isn't it? Because he gets a little tired. Although they are driver swapping, no doubt, but that's depending how far they're going to stretch it out for the pit stops. But they're doing green flag pit stops right now, so you're seeing the 256 from P3 heading in. But this is when you do see safety cars occur, isn't it? Because they come out on cold tyres and they just want to gas it like, you've been racing for the last 30 or 40 laps. I mean, you've seen it all before, mate. You know how it can happen.
Yeah, and it's also too, you if you're doing a driver swap, you sort of jump it in a little bit cold and you're keen and you're probably looking at where your battle is and you want to get out on track as quick as you can, lose as less time as you can in the lane, obviously, but you do have to be careful. I've noticed it's unbelievable how much crown is in this racetrack. I know Larko touched on it when the real V8s hit the Adelaide Circuit for the grand finale in real world. But the crown is so visible in game. I don't know if you boys have noticed it, but that was one of the first things that I noticed. I couldn't believe how aggressive the crown was on this racetrack. So I think these guys are thankful at the moment that they have dry conditions and don't have to worry about the rain just yet.
Yeah, and I think it really benefits, if you look at all the other times we've seen Adelaide on other games, like, Toga Race Driver, R-Factor 2, they actually don't have that crown on the road, I don't think. So, very big kudos to iRacing actually adding the crown on the road, give it off that little bit more of an immersion where you see that's Luke Allman harassing the back of the 970 One Performance Camaro.
I do really appreciate him putting the tinsel and the Santa hat on, though. It's very fitting for this time of year, isn't it?
It is.
And I suspect he's probably gone all out to make sure that is pink tinsel for tonight as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is pink tinsel as we hit lap 70. We're actually not too far away from hitting the 250k mark, which is usually the amount of laps that a supercar does during the Adelaide weekend. I think this year we had 30 races, with the first on Friday, which was 32 laps.
So Ryan Betts takes...
Yes, that's correct.
Takes Luke Allman as well, and Allman's doing everything he can to hold on to this. A few questions coming through in chat, and it looks like chat looking after each other, which is what we love to see. Just talking about how to actually get these wheels looking bright and shiny, just like Luke Allman's bright pink wheels on the Sonic Boom 266 entry, the 505 car that we are focusing on right now. It's a big field tonight, though. 41 cars plus a couple of safety cars sitting in the lane, of course. It's going to be a tricky one as these pit stops start to come through under green flags, isn't it, Sam? And the fact that the field's going to get so mixed up, as we see all big contact there. Or was that Reese Wakefield getting caught up in it?
Yes, it was. It was Reese Wakefield having a little tank slapper in the fence, but the car looks okay, gentlemen. But
no, his race was worse than that, so that'll keep going. He'll be fine. He'll just keep it going until he hands back over to Danny P a bit later on. As these pit stops start to cross over, there's a real danger as we get into this next stint of a few more safety cars. Some of the slower drivers down the very back end of this field start to get mixed up in it. Ken Ladder and Mick Clifton coming together.
Mick Clifton has slowdown. Ken's going to clear him around the outside. They've got into each other. That's what the situation's been. Now they're just going to drop a whole bunch of places, like the 1929 Stock Exchange. And well, not that bad actually.
Maybe the 2026 stock exchange yet, mate. We'll see.
2026. Yeah, maybe the Corona.
2008.
stock exchange.
2008.
Yeah. But just a little tap like that, and just let a bunch of cars through each other. There's the replay.
Yeah, just
Didn't
closing.
give him much room, did he?
No, closing the door just a little bit too much. But I'll tell you what, precarious spot. Look
One,
at how
two,
much
three,
Ken
four,
Ladder's
five,
got.
6, 7 cars get past you like that. Oof.
And that's the
One time
danger
you'll
of
slip
street
up.
circuits right there, isn't it? You get sideways, and it's not as much room as you'd like to be able to back it up and keep going. It really doesn't give you a lot to work with at all, especially on such a stacked field where there really isn't a big gap. As you see, Betts just puts the wheels into the grass, gets a little bit of a slide, holds it beautifully, and hasn't cost him much time at all as they come down and across the line to start on lap 72. Out in front, we'll check in with these guys because really this is about the only clear part of the racetrack at the moment. A really congested mid-pack, as you'd kind of expect around Adelaide. But for Mole, Young, Jamie Dyke out in front as well. So this is an interesting one. The Fishy Motorsports guys, they've kind of snuck through a little bit and found themselves up in third. And I think, pending a couple of pit stops, this might actually set them up really, really nicely for the latter stages of the race.
You boys were asking about who I might be cheering for today. I reckon that I'm a bit of a sucker for the old Shell paint scheme, and I can see what the Fishy boys have done there with the little bit of throwback to a DJR Shell Helix paint scheme. So I think I'll be rooting for these guys. That car has turned out ace.
It's been called out a couple of times in the chat too tonight, isn't it? For one of those fan favourites. But look at this. So they got a little bit too deep there from Ryan Betts, and that allowed Luke on through. I think even Roach there. So fantastic. That's just the big battle at the moment there for 6th and 7th there, gentlemen. At the moment, so Alex Tazikas goes into pit road there for P5, so that'll clear path for those drivers to continue on. That's race control message popped up for a second. Go ahead.
That's a real danger for Betts. He's had a couple of really rough laps in amongst all of that, and as a driver, I mean, Sam, man, your experience so far, right, since getting back behind the wheel. You make a couple of errors and they just compound, don't they? You find yourself trying to make up time where there's not time to be gained, and you just force yourself into more and more mistakes.
We've got black flags too, gentlemen. Black flags actually at the moment. You see on that timing tower, sort of cut you off on that one. That's huge. Look at this. Slow down, black flags. What's going on?
It's so easy to get caught up and you end up kicking yourself because, if you give up, how hard it is. Every driver knows how hard it is just to make up one spot. We saw that incident before where drivers lost 7 spots just for one little incident. And you think to yourself, my God, to try and get 7 spots back, that's, I'm going to be kicking myself all night about that. So you tend to push a little bit harder, might brake a little bit deeper. And as soon as you do that, if you lock a right front or something like that, miss your marker, you can easily give away more spots. And worst case scenario, especially around a concrete jungle like Adelaide, you make contact with this wall, that could be night over.
Yeah, absolutely could be, and I'm surprised it hasn't been so far. We've really had very few terminal issues for any of the drivers. We've got the Frog Leap Juice Racing green entry sitting well back and out for the night, and Shane Patterson of WKMP Sim Sports as well.
Black flag's been served too, guys. Yep.
Yeah, outside of that, it's been a really surprisingly high survival rate here at Adelaide, and it's honestly not what I expected 74 laps in here tonight.
I dive up the move, the inside. These guys giving each other plenty of racing room, but it's not over yet. And this is the beauty about the staircase. You can be up the inside one section, and then it's vice versa, swapping over. And that's exactly what these guys are doing, giving each other plenty of room. The crossover up the inside. Is he going to make one more final? Oh, there's a spin behind.
It's Luke.
Managed to get away with it, I think.
Yeah, he's all right.
That was close.
That was really
That was
close.
extremely close. I thought that was going to end in tears for everyone there for a minute.
Yeah.
Very close to being in the wall for multiple cars. Ryan Betts, heart in mouth stuff, I think, for the one performance car. And very nervous. And now Simon Haynes has a look up the inside, deep under brakes. Does he get it stopped? He does. What? And that is textbook overtake up the inside on is it Laurie McKee? Got that sorted quite easily, and that was a very nice overtake. But these guys, they need to settle down a little bit. There's still a long way to go in this race. We're still just about over an hour away from going time certain. I don't know if we're going to get all the laps in here tonight, gentlemen. We're running short on time, I think, due to the safety car periods that we have had this evening. But we still have over an hour of racing to go. There's plenty of time left in this race, so they just need to take a little bit of a breath. But again, they're racers, they're race car drivers. There's no way these guys are going to take a breath, back off, go easy. They see a car in front of them. The eyes are on. It is red mode engaged. They are trying to find a way past. Look at that car, a little bit sideways through the chicane as well, through turn one. These guys are absolutely hell for leather. 75 laps done in this race, and you would think that it is the final lap of the race, the way these guys are pushing at the moment.
You need to insert it's the final countdown, isn't it? So, and it's all for a charity too. The Pink Finss Adelaide 400, gentlemen. Just remember that this is not a league race. It's just to get together, have some fun with some fantastic drivers across Australian sim motorsport, and all for a good cause of charities, gentlemen. But they still all want to win because that's the Aussie nature, isn't it? We got the sporting grit in us.
So it's built into our bones, isn't it? We want to win. Lock up there for the 801 sim racing car. And I think that front arrow is definitely not helping that car get stopped at the moment. Now, that's David Nash that is driving behind the wheel of that car at the moment. He's going to get out of the way of the 180 car as the Balance Stewart Foundation goes through. And yeah, that car is less than happy at the moment, I think, given the current situation in that front bar. It is looking very much worse for wear, very second hand, and hopefully when he comes in for his next stop, that'll be able to be rectified and they can get another front end on that car to maybe just help it stop, maybe help it turn, because it is struggling.
You know what I've noticed?
What's that?
That livery is very similar to a Matt Stone racing livery. I think it was run this year by Cam Hill. Similar colours and everything.
Wow.
There's a couple of really nice reproduction liveries getting around the place at the moment.
Yeah.
And a lot of that comes from the retro round that these guys have run before. As we see Ken Latta, a big move up the inside. There's a bit of contact there with Lon McKee, forces the way through. This is where we're going to see it all night. And we called this early on, didn't we, gents? You know, turn 9 here at Adelaide is one of the few spots that offers a classic supercars overtaking move, you know, going late under brakes and just throwing it in deep. And there's not that many opportunities here in Adelaide otherwise, so we're going to see plenty more of those. I think we've been exceptionally lucky tonight that we haven't seen too many massive pileups. So we've seen 3 or 4 cars get caught up, and I think it's only through sheer luck more than anything else. We haven't seen an entire field having to stop behind a completely circuit blocking incident.
Yeah. And I can't remember if we've actually seen the track getting blocked as bad as it has been in Adelaide. We've seen it happen like in multiple circuits around Australia, like predominantly the Gold Coast. It's a bit of a that didn't look that happy. Seven.
Got to push on each other too. Little elbows out there going, hey, it's coming early, son.
Don't go too wide there.
There's rules about that, gentlemen. Come on.
And this is something we spoke about earlier as well, Sam. I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at some of the rules that have been put in play here, as we see the exit of turn 9 just as lively as the entry. You know, the single file rules for turns 1, 2 and 8 being put in place by race control. Your thoughts on that? I understand why they're there. I think it makes for a safer race. I don't know, do you want to see more people pushing it side by side into turn 8, or is that just going to end in disaster every time?
Look, we know it is a legitimate rule in supercars in the real world for turn 8, not so much turn 1, 2 or anything else like that. But look, let them race. I know there's less consequences here in the virtual world. It's not going to cost us as much. No one's going to get hurt. But look, it's got that ingredient of having a massive accident. And if you do that at the start of a race and do something silly and make a big dive at turn 8, you know, if the field's bunched up, there's a chance you're going to take out 10 cars. So, you know, I don't think it's a bad thing. Oh, it's a dive up the inside. This is crazy.
Oh,
Are you kidding? It's still
no.
going on. He's
No,
in the fence.
Oh!
And he's gone
It's
again.
still going.
Oh, my goodness. I think some tempers were flaring a little bit there, boys.
And more hits than Elvis.
So that is Michael Stewart in the Ballot Stewart Foundation car getting all sorts of caught up and just got a little bit unlucky with having the OPR car coming through at the same time. But I tell you what, you start to get a little bit of argy-bargy on through the staircase, and that's pretty well how it's going to end up. We might go back and just try and catch the rest of that.
Done it. It's 3 into 1 with a ton of time to still go on this race. Well, you know what? We can't question these drivers. You know, if gap car, see the old centre quote.
If cap car. We've also crossed the 250k mark, which is what is a normal Adelaide 500 race. As we see, 3 into 1 can go.
But then it still goes on here. Bang! Head contact into the outside barrier. And then another shove just for giggles.
Nat Van der Krone there would be going, whoa! I'm sure it'd be a few choice words that we can't put on the air at the moment because he was part of the machine earlier as well.
All we can hear from that is bleeps.
Bleeps, lots of bleeps. So Yuki Tsunoda style. Yuki Tsunoda style radio. That was Reese Wakefield behind the wheel of the One Performance racing car as well. But I think he was just trying to find his way through. And all of a sudden there's this car coming across in front of him going, what is going on? What are Hugh Chesselman doing? I'm just trying to run a race.
Track.
Well, it's that's it, isn't it? You've these cars, they're aggressive and angry at the best of times. You cage them in, you put walls around them, and all of a sudden the gloves come off. It's bears in a cage, isn't it? They just they try to find a way out, breaking into the pit lane now. So more stops starting to take place around the 80 lap mark, and I would go on.
Car 511 Todd Dodden got a 5-second penalty for headlight flashing, so he must have been
We got a
excessively.
spinner too. Somebody's off track somewhere. I think that's Andrew
Hoffman's had a bit of a
I'll
moment.
put it up in the picture as well.
Here we go. We'll
there
grab it on
it
up.
is.
Got it,
Big slide on the way out of
Whee!
3. Must have just got it a little bit unbalanced coming out of the chicane and hasn't quite managed to hold it. But that's about as
Those
awkward a
chubby
spot to
buns.
stop as well.
It's not been a day for the chubby buns. However, lots of TV time.
Lots of TV time, and as a new sponsor here with ASR, I'm pretty sure that's what they signed on for. So here you go, boys. May not be quite what you had in mind, but you're getting your 5 seconds of it.
like the big Wagyu beef burger, like weigh you down a little bit more. So when
look.
you're trying to anchor into a corner, you just can't stick it down or something.
If I wasn't hungry before, I'm certainly hungry now.
This is still going
Half a
on,
cow
incidentally.
that one,
Dean Hunt, Simon Hedgeshot, and Reese Wakefield are all still within distance of each other after the back and forth earlier. I think this is about to get a little bit messy, Jens, as Wakefield tries to send it up the inside into 9. A little more room than I expected. I'll be honest. I thought there was going to be a bit more panel rubbing going on.
I don't know how much longer the race is. That's what I think. I think what these teams and drivers need to do is that they probably need to start thinking about the end of this race, because what we do with these endurance races, we start backwards and work your way forwards. We know that there's probably going to be a time certain race, this one. So don't start thinking about the lap numbers that you need to be in. Start thinking about how much time is left, and start thinking about when you could possibly do that safety car. A late pit stop. And then you never know if there's going to be a safety car. So this is where it's going to start to get a little bit juicy, I think.
Yeah, it turns into an entirely different strategy race when you start thinking about time instead of laps, and something that's probably worth us actually taking a look at. We can put that up as well, just so we can keep a bit of a closer eye on it. You know, we're pretty much bang on 1 hour to go now, and with 40 laps left, it's not going to quite do it, is it? It's going to get really, really close to 123 laps if we have a clean run from here. But that is a really big if, considering what we've seen so far tonight. A lot of cars on this track, and a lot of opportunity as Wakefield goes to the outside. Big defensive move there from Dean Hunt. Wakefield reckons he can hold this, though. He's going to have to be careful not to end up off in the marbles. Side by side through 9. He's kicked it up over the gutter as well. That curb, it gives you an idea of just how violent the angle is on them. And Reece Wakefield doing a great job to just maintain position, much less keep the car straight.
Oh, a lot of commotion happening a little bit further upfield there too, gentlemen, around that P4 position with Kenneth there, Simon Hayes, trying to get past a bit of lap traffic as well too, but they did safely navigate through there. As
I think I'm noticing. Sorry.
Go ahead, my friend.
I was just going to say, one thing I'm noticing now is that all the marble build up on the outside of this racetrack off the racing line. So I'm wondering if this might start to become an issue too, because obviously as these laps goes on, there's going to be more rubber down, and you can see the marbles just on the outside, especially that camera. Look at that there. So if they're not careful, it can bite them a little bit. So that's something to probably think about as this race goes on.
They're trying to navigate this lap damaged car too. In the bottom there, that's the car that we saw having a big front end damage there. Simon Hayes going to try and make his way past as well too. So that's all.
Gentlemen,
interesting.
please.
We've had a couple of issues happening in the background here as well, Jen. So we'll go have a look at it. Ryan Betts, who got caught up in it all a bit earlier, has had a big lock-up under brakes, manages to find the escape road. So he's kept that.
Isn't that where Nigel
right alongside him at the
Nigel
same
Mansell
time.
tried to hold that car, isn't it, at that time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the 1985 Losses Championship.
It was a couple of years later. The the tyre went bang.
Yeah, the tyre went bang. Yeah, that's right. Wasn't that the spot? I can't quite remember that.
No, the spot was where turn 9 is now.
Okay.
Have a look at these
that's Mansell.
slowdowns, gents. We've got 5 slowdowns currently waiting to be served across the course of this field, and it really does talk to just how hard these guys are starting to push through that turn 1-2 chicane as they start to settle in here. I reckon we've been probably 20 odd laps, maybe even 30 laps without a safety car, and I feel like they're getting just a little bit too comfortable.
Have you just done the ultimate commentator's curse?
I think
it'll be the first time tonight.
We're gonna 4 laps minimum safety car. We'll see. What I think. I think also what's not being talked about enough at the moment is out in front by about 5.5 seconds is Billy Mole in the 63 WKMP Sim Sports car. He has walked away from this field. Likewise, Paul Young in the Phase Bar car is about 10 seconds clear of the 3rd place Fishy Motorsports car. So the front 3 have really just started to walk away from the rest of the field and from each other, and it's just started to spread out. They are putting the foot down, they're navigating their way through lap traffic, which I think is also contributing to the fluctuation in gaps. But there's starting to be a little bit of a spread happening out the front of the field, so I don't think necessarily another safety car will go amiss here if we do want to close the field back up.
We'll see Hardy and Clifton both battling it out and trying to navigate through some lap traffic and getting caught up in it. Clifton's going to find himself in a bit of trouble here as he gets too far separated, because Hardy's gotten through and Clifton's still stuck behind 29th place David Diddell from 266 Sim Racing. He gets out of the way now, but look at the gap that it leaves Clifton trying to chase. This is the danger of any street circuit. If you don't time it right, or if you're James Hardy and you time it to perfection, you can open up some gaps that just weren't there a moment ago, and it changes the feel of this race entirely.
It's the ultimate pendulum swing, isn't it? You know, sometimes it'll work for you and sometimes it'll work against you. So, you know, you always want to be on the receiving end, and hopefully that it makes your life a little bit easier. But yeah, it's so easy to get flustered too when it doesn't quite go your way. But that's the nature of street racing, and I think that's what we love about street racing too, that it's not easy, there's not a lot of room, and you've got to make every move count.
I would love to put a heart rate monitor on these drivers that when they hit those chicanes there, and you can see the rear end just going completely loosey-goosey, and they're trying to just, correct it, and they're like, woof, wipe the sweat off your brow, and then go, okay, I survived that one. Imagine the spike that would be in the heart rate monitor that the drivers would have on there, because, you know, you're in this racing rig. It's a sim racing rig, but we all do. It's a scare moment. You've gone so far through this race. You're over halfway. You got 39 minutes laps essentially. Well, we're going to be less than the time in minutes, but yeah, you can just not just that, but you've got the other half of the drivers at the same time that's been committing to this, driving your car as you go straight on Andrew, and you're not going to stop that in time, mate.
That almost looks
That's a
like
weird one.
hardware failure.
Brake failure.
Yeah.
To be that late on the brakes is really unusual. David Logsdale had a bit of an issue immediately behind him as well, though.
Look at the tyre marks. So he was like skipping. He wasn't fully locked up. It was like, we know these cars
It's
don't
like,
have ABS.
it's like a fake ABS, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like tapping it. Yeah. You can tap it too, right? As a race driver. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're on and off it.
Or is it
Did he
maybe
just
with a
look
shadow
down at
from
the wrong
fence? I'm not
at
sure,
the
but then
wrong
it locks
moment?
there.
Yeah, locks the front up completely.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was
You'd
just.
hope not.
That's
Yeah.
really bizarre. That's really bizarre. Andrew Hoffman heavy into the wall.
We've
I
got
wonder if
pit
he
stops
braked
as
too
well.
late.
So some more drivers coming down the pit road, exactly. So this is the scheduled stop that we're going to have. Will this be enough to go to the end, gentlemen? Pending time-wise over lap
Not
time?
with a
Laps.
limited tank, surely. I mean, we're talking an 80% odd tank. An hour of racing is
some
not
maths.
impossible, but it'd be a very, very massive amount of fuel
A
saving.
late safety car
needed.
may save them, but that's a big ask, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to expect another stop between now and the end, surely. Hoffman's still sitting there waiting for the tow. So a bit of feedback from Andrew Rushworth checking into the chat that apparently Hoffman's been having a few issues with screens going black lately. And that would explain it, wouldn't it? And can you think of a worse time for your screens to black out than at full noise down towards turn 9? Because that's pretty much what just
Mine
happened
has
to Andrew.
would you like to calibrate? I got one of those latest Samsung, it's like, would you like to calibrate the monitor right now? Only way to get rid of that is to actually reach behind the monitor and click the button. That's
Boys, I think there's
fantastic
massive
for sim
left front
racing.
damage
Ooh.
here.
Brad
Looks like
Grant has,
major left front damage.
has hit something very, very hard. I'm just trying to...
I wonder if it's
what
a
that
drive
was.
bundle.
Oh, he can't turn
Oh,
it. He can't turn it.
that's massive. That is huge.
I wonder if he's hit the tyre bundle heading into the Sun Chicane.
I think he might be wrong.
Because-
Good shout.
Because
might be.
that thing is...
Well, that's gone way back before there. I'll
Way
try
back.
and find it here for you, gents.
He goes
I will-
86.
The type
Better
is...
sense.
Oh.
He's not going to turn.
Oh.
You don't want to be brave and go around the outside of him with that, do you?
And the other
Have we
thing
got a
is,
safety car? Is that
As long
why
as you
they're
know,
lining up behind
as
him?
long as you know,
we
but
do
actually,
actually,
you might not
gents.
know.
We do.
Sparks.
Safety
Yeah,
car
we
is
do have a
out.
safety car.
Yes.
Not
So-
not for
is massive.
Brad Grant, but for Andrew Hoffman at this point. We will try and find
Oh.
just what's happened, but have a look at these guys coming charging on in to try and catch the safety car, and they're met with Brad Grant, who simply cannot move any quicker than this. He's done a great job to get it back to the pits without too much extra
There's
damage,
three
but it's
Absolutely.
dangerous.
There's 3 wheels on his wagon.
And while we've been watching
So-
Grant, I noticed all the leaders had done their pit stop too. So
Yeah, they
that's
did. They came in.
gonna be interesting.
Maybe they were in this is the second time, isn't it, Jim? They've kind of had a suspicion that maybe a safety car coming out, so they've jumped in just before.
I've been doing some maths, gentlemen, in the background. With a minute 22 average lap time, even if you go to a minute 23, let's be generous here, all right? Let's be generous to lap times. With 50 minutes left in this race, it's 36 laps roughly if we go time certain. We're going to see a replay here quickly. I'll circle back to this at the end of this replay. I just want to see what's happened to Adrian Zell here.
So it is
your
Brad Grant.
prediction
Adrian's
correct?
in the car now.
Brad Grant. So it is.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, huge, massive,
Isaac called
huge.
it. Yep.
Yeah,
Isaac's,
well done, Isaac
Adrian's
Edwards.
a good looking fellow there too. He's in the picture as well. Too. He can be a model.
Good looking fella.
That,
I also
this-
mentioned
that-
too that
Yes, go on.
safety car. Who put the jinx out for a safety car?
Yeah,
Who
I
was that?
Oh,
I
Jared
told you.
Cole.
I told you it was going to happen,
Hey?
boys. And
Within 4 laps, it happened.
I said 4 laps. Jared said safety car. I said within 4 laps. Between the two of us.
We're going to
I'm
send
putting that
Jared
all
to
on
the
you,
time.
Isaac.
Jared, time out.
Jared,
You can-
And
you
on
stand
that
in the
note,
corner.
gents, I'll just mute myself here and leave you to it for a little while. No problems at all.
There's about 30 or 40 drivers are going to be wrapped with that. So
Look, it's a pretty
Well,
safe bet though at
well-
Adelaide, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Let's
Yeah.
say I just want to circle back to strategy for a minute here because we do have about 50 minutes left in this race. If once we go green with about 50 minutes to go, which we won't, but from here you get about 36 laps to get home. I've seen drivers in the first stint doing just over 30 laps before they came in for their first stop because they came in at that first safety car. So can we get home from here? Is there fuel saving required? Who's going to go for the strategy of hell for leather, full systems go, let's hope we can make it to the end? And who's going to save that little bit of fuel just so they definitely don't have to stop to get home? I think this becomes a fuel game now, gentlemen. With that 80% tank, I think this becomes a bit of a fuel game.
And you know who my money's on? Is this bloke right here. Jamie Dyke is in the Fishy Motorsports 080 car. And time again throughout Season 6, we saw him put in some amazing fuel-saving drives. Now, it may not have always paid off for him, but I don't think he's had a chance this good present itself to him before. I'm calling it now. I reckon that Jamie Dyke will be all over this. Warboys in WKMP out in front has been quick. Shastanova as well in the Phase BAR has been quick tonight. But neither of them that I'm aware of have the same kind of fuel-saving history that Jamie Dyke does. And I've probably just cursed him to go into a wall now. I know that. But if anyone at the front of this is going to be the one who can put in enough of a fuel-saving effort from here to the end, Jamie Dyke is the man to watch.
Well, I'm certainly going to keep a very close eye on him. I really like that prediction. I think they're in a strong position, third place. His field is also closed right up as well now, obviously with this safety car. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to find my words. I'm doing maths in my head. It's all happening. We've got this is the fourth safety car period. We have just under 50 minutes to go in this race. I agree with you, Jared Cole, with the Fishy Motorsports being in the box seat here to maybe potentially take out this race, especially if it is a fuel-saving race that is going to be required. What about you? Let's go through the field. Let's start with you, Biggles. Who are you looking at here that's looking quite strong with 50 minutes to go? Who's in the box seat, do you think, here to take this one out?
Well, I agree, actually. I'm going to witness that one. So I'll put my hand up and go, I'm not going to disagree with that, especially with you gentlemen in the broadcasting commentary box there that understand the situations and seen these drivers before. So I'll second that.
Yep, I agree.
What about yourself, Sam, man? Who are you thinking at this stage? Are you going to join the Jared Cole train? And he did in fact predict that we wouldn't get a safety car. Then we got a safety car. Now he's predicting that Fishy Motorsports is going to take this one out. Who do you also see that, or do you have another choice that you see taking this one home?
I haven't got an outright choice. I did flag the Fishy car only based on their paint scheme earlier, but so I do like that. But what I would like to see is someone maybe rolling the dice back there and maybe outside of the top 10, and just before this green flag comes back out, come in and do a quick splash and top up. Could that be a little bit dicey towards the end? I don't know. So what are we, lap 89? We're about to start lap 90. That gives us, what, 33 laps to the end? Is it still going to be very
Roughly,
close on
yes.
time and laps? So... Ooh.
Well, that's the question. Let's put it into the calculator, shall we? So we've got 45 minutes to go. There's about 33 laps. Yeah, so you're not wrong. 45 minutes, 33 laps left in this race. What is it looking like in terms of strategy? 33 laps is at least we know they can get that far on a stint. So this we need to overdrive. We need to create a bit of drama, a bit of atmosphere around this gentleman. It's fuel saving. We're worried about fuel. We've got to think about the fuel saving. We got to sell this. But no, I think 33 laps to go once they go green here. It's looking likely, or roughly 33 laps to go. 33 laps will get them to the end of this race.
This is all stats based on no more safety cars. This is based on no more safety cars, based on an average lap time of 1 minute and 23 seconds, based on them essentially going green this lap, which I don't know if that's necessarily going
Aren't
to happen.
they electric, guys? Hang on. Did I get that in the memo?
Electric? Oh, sorry.
It does look like the safety. Is that the safety car?
No, getting wave bars at the moment.
No, they got wave arounds.
Wave bars.
Cars out of position at the moment, so they have to wave around for a while.
I think we're going to get close to the lap count here, gentlemen. My bold prediction, we're going to get close to the lap count within 5 laps, I reckon.
Well,
within 5 laps of that 123
the man
mark.
himself, Scott Stevens from the iRacing chat show, is swing of fence. He reckons it's more than likely there's going to be another safety car, or we're going to be time certain. but he doesn't think we're going to get to the laps. And I tend to agree at this point. I don't think we're going to see us reach the laps, but I don't think that necessarily counts out the Fishy Motorsports entry's capability of making it to the end on a fuel saving scheme. Now, the really telling thing will be what happens with Warboys and Chastenhof out in front. Are they going to go hell for leather off the line here, or are they going to actually going to do a little bit of fuel saving themselves? And the thing that will really tell us about that is just what sort of a gap they open up when we do go green again, whether we see a hole open up between the Phase BAR car in P2 and the Fishy Motorsports car in P3. Because I don't think Jamie Dyke is going to go for the jump with them. And every single lap under safety car here makes it more and more likely that he's going to have to really balance that, because the more fuel that these front two can save, the more they're going to have up their sleeve to go that hard.
Yes, I couldn't agree.
Position. They're in a good position where they can control the race, because we know it's difficult enough as it is to pass around here at the best of times, but you can make your car, whether it be a Chevrolet or a Ford, you can make it as wide as you want. So it's not the easiest racetrack to pass on, so you can probably control it a little bit in your favour. So it's looking good for the top two, obviously in control that way, but yeah, still a lot to play out. And what do they say? The old adage with safety cars, it normally brings out safety cars, doesn't it? Breed safety cars. So don't rule it out yet.
That's what Isaac Edwards said earlier. Safety cars breed safety car. So I will say as well, I'm just keeping an eye on the chat while we do this, gentlemen. Ryan Palmer's back. Ryan Palmer's back in the car. He's in 8th place, and there's been a wager placed by a friend of ours, Stephen Magnuson. I'm going to call him out here. I'm going to make sure this is on record. He said if Ryan Palmer gets a podium, he's getting a slab of his choice from Steve for the 12 hour. So I don't know. I don't think Ryan will be listening, but Josh Harris, if you're listening, let Ryan know he's got to get to the podium. Because if he does get to the podium, Steve's buying him a slab. And I think anyone in their right mind, when there's a slab on the line, knows they've got to go absolute as hard as they can to get to that podium.
We got to let the international audience know, because I've lived overseas for many years, what a slab is, guys. Because I think I'd have a lot of DMs from people going, "What's a slab?"
What a slab is about 4 times the price in Australia than it is anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I know that's true. And
we're not talking about alcohol tax here? Okay, sorry.
It's a slab of
we're not
booze, right?
into debate.
Yeah, you can elaborate to everybody.
It's a slab. It's a carton. It's all the booze you can drink. That's all you need to know.
It's all the booze you can drink.
Well, I mean,
Australian currency, essentially.
It is
Australian currency.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's how we thank people for doing things for us. It's what we use to place wagers on things. It is what we get people for their birthdays, for Christmas, for any special occasion, really. That is, a slab is universal currency in Australia. It is used for pretty much everything. And we're now going to turn our attention back to the fact that we have a safety car in this lap. We are now under the control of Blake Warboys at the front of this field in the 63 WKNP Sim Sports. They got the jump after the second safety car, and they've led the way ever since, and they will lead us away on the second time for their restart, the 4th restart of the race. And you can see everyone is trying to go with them. Jamie Dyke is trying to see with him, but Ken Latter has actually got a better start out of the 2 Fishy Motorsports cars. Here we go, over the GoPro, making sure that there's no chance in the world that GoPro will ever be used for anything ever again on the curb cam. And you can just see how aggressive, someone's gone straight through there on the run into turn 1 and 2. You see how aggressive they are off the side. Look at the marbles on the inside and the outside of the circuit. You mentioned that earlier, Sam, man, just how many marbles are starting to build up, and that's going to be a factor in this restart here. Drivers looking for moves now the field is closed back up. They don't want to get caught out on those marbles, though.
As the 63, though, I think he's laying down a statement at the moment, already got a 1-second gap over car 427. So I think we can see the writing on the wall there. Looks like they're ready and they're keen to sprint to the end.
Yeah, they've got the they're good to go. Massive moment into the wall at turn 8. I say massive, it doesn't feel that massive in the car, but it certainly looks pretty big from where I'm sitting. And that was heart in mouth stuff for someone behind the wheel of a Ford Mustang. And there's couple of cars that are dropping down the field now that I think as a result of that contact. But that was a huge moment. And it is Blake Warboys, it is 17. So that is, who's behind the wheel of the 17 car at the moment?
Troy Sipple.
Troy Sipple.
Sips himself.
Sips himself up into 5th place in this field. He is pushing. It must have been that chat that he had earlier with us, Jared. I think that's what spurred him on to get up into the top 5.
I'm not saying a word because every time I say anything about any of these drivers, they end up in a wall somewhere.
Now he's got to slow down.
Jared, your timeout's finished. Okay, you're allowed back in the booth.
It's nice to be back, gents. Yeah, I've done my time. James Hardy's getting caught up in this as well, and this is always the problem when the safety car restart on any street circuit. It's not an Adelaide specific thing, but you get even the slightest bit of difference in pace and in strategy, and you'll start to see cars go 2 and 3 wide. These guys are going to go side by side through 8. Now that's going to be interesting. We're going 3 wide down towards 9. We're 4 wide down towards 9.
Stop! That's
You're joking.
He just got 3 and 1. That's insane.
How did they pull this off?
Wow.
Ryan Palmer's up to 6, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to alarm you.
No, there we go.
It's
Backwards.
still going on. Oh, it's the car rolled.
The track jammed. The track
track
is jammed.
Oh no!
It's not over.
Oh,
Still going.
It's snake through.
it's not done yet. It is
They're
still
still
going.
hitting.
Oh, it's still multiple cars involved. It's still going on in the background.
Disaster.
Yeah, it's gotta be a
Absolute
I don't think there's
disaster.
a single car out there without a piece of damage on it. That is a massive incident, massive moment in this race.
They haven't got
Battle
the
going on
so
up
we've still got a
the
battle for
front.
P2.
There is no
Oh,
safety.
it's
Oh,
still
he's still
going on.
spinning.
Oh.
There is
This
still
is about a
multiple
minute after the
cars.
first contact.
It's still happening. It all started back at turn 8 when there was 2 cars that went side by side in a corner they shouldn't have done. This is Fishy Motorsports still trying to go. It's the 15 car trying to find a way past the phase bar 427 car. We've got more cars walking wounded with damage. It is all going on up and down this field. We are on lap 94. We have 45 minutes or less than that now in this race. Up
got
the
the
inside now goes Kenneth Ladder.
Oh.
James is trying to fight back. Cannot get it done.
Keep
It
an eye
is
for
all
Dyke in the
happening here,
background as well
gentlemen.
too. Yeah,
Jamie
he's still got
Dyke,
this.
not to be forgotten about. There's multiple cuts with the meatball flag. Gentlemen, what is happening?
Wow. That was desperation, and that's what we talk about with these street races, that the track closes up and there was just, no one was given an inch. People weren't backing out of it and everyone was trying to get through the carnage, and my, oh my, like that took out a massive chunk of the field. But how's our leader though? 3.5 seconds up the road while everything's been going. Obviously you saw the battle between the 15 and the 427. So we always love that.
Current
When you-
too.
The wall there as well, yeah.
I'll keep an eye on that one. I think
Well,
it's,
let's go back
Stephen.
and take a look and see if we can see what on earth set
Stephen.
that all off.
Started with 4 wide, I reckon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
this is
probably
the-
it.
this is
Damien
the major
Cairns is the first one. So into the wall there, and then just look at him pile in.
concertina.
And what do? You're like, the EWT car at the back there is just praying at the moment that everyone sees this happening in front of them.
Bang.
Massive.
Oh, it still
Huge.
goes on.
That
It's-
nervous in sports, Austin-centric livery had a bit of a smack
No,
as
well, I like that car.
Yeah, he thought he got through it and then got a
He did.
late whack at the end.
So just
He's almost got
to
away with it.
run down the list that I've got here in front of me, folks, as to who's been involved in that one. Damien Cairns, Jordan Ross, Wayne Walker, James Hardy, Damien Cairns again, Stephen Lanyon, Joel Esteval, Scott Weston, Wayne Walker got a second hit, Todd Duggan crashed, and then Walker and Esteval struggled to get going again after that. Just a massive
This will be a
incident.
safety car. Yeah, and
We've got, Michael
say-
Powell sitting there for the Southern
Yeah.
Cross Racing, but he's off the racing line at the moment.
Yeah, safety car.
Yeah, they can't move him. So
We knew it was going to happen.
So-
It's always safety car,
There it
breed
is.
safety cars. Yep.
And the 15 car of Keith Ladder, he has so much pace at the moment. He is up into second place, and now he gets a chance to close that gap back. And he is on an absolute charge. He has not slowed down since that restart. I think he's a good chance to go right with Blake Warboys
And
on the start
Ken's
here.
fast.
I'm just looking
Ken
at the
Laddick
lap
is a
times.
fast
Ken is fast.
Gen3 Supercar driver.
He was. That's a bit skewed out. It's going to say he's 2 seconds faster on the previous lap, but that looks a bit skewed out based on.
He's doing star jumps at the moment because that gap was 3.5 seconds.
Oh, you're cheering,
So
aren't you?
this
You're
is
sitting in there
right
just
back in that. Yeah.
giggling away in that driver's seat at being handed a 3-second gain.
Yep.
Cannot ask for more than that.
There's NZ chat show that it's like, nah. It's like, yeah, there should be, yeah, nah. There had been people turning up and the accident and kept going hard at the location.
Well, this is the
Crash
thing,
point.
right? It's just
Possibly true.
after the one of the most blind corners on the track.
Yep.
Well, and look, let's face it, all of the corners here are pretty blind. But you come around there, there's shadows and light flashing over you as you're going through the tree cover there as well. So it really does make stuff a lot harder to see. Sure, there's a whole lot of smoke, but that could be anything.
And I will say the iRacing, the iRacing spotter. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about around here yet, because I was doing a race the other day, and there's a car that was stopped on the right-hand side, and he said car left, and I come around the corner to go right, and there's a car on the right. So I don't necessarily know if maybe people were getting the correct information there as well, whether in regards to position
it's
to cars, because they'll know that
Yeah,
there's
the
someone
iRacing
stopped.
spot is from
but-
the States. It's upside down, so he's
It's upside down.
And here's the other problem, Isaac, right? If you're running up to that, you see a yellow flag, the iRacing spotter boat goes car left, car right, car left, car right, and you go, oh, the spotter's broken. No, that's actually what's around that corner for you. And
It was just 10 cars.
he was just counting them off for you. That's all it was.
Well, boys,
jeez.
I think I might jump out and let you boys call this to the end. I want to say, first of all, how well you guys have done. This has been a great broadcasting for such a great cause. You guys have done an absolute cracking job. I have been tuning in before I decided to pop in and say hello, but I might leave you guys to call the end because it's going to be an absolute cracker. But keep up the brilliant work, and for a great cause, everyone, don't forget to donate where you can, because every dollar counts.
Great to have you along, Sam, man, and a real pleasure to have your voice back in the booth for the second year in a row for this thing, mate. I might have to try and talk you into making a guest appearance again next year, hey?
We might have to do that.
We might have to do
absolutely.
that. Great
Good
to
luck,
hear from you,
boys.
mate, and look after yourself, hey?
Have a great
Sam,
call,
man.
guys. Keep up the great work.
Even
you, Sam.
Sandman Clark,
Legend.
absolute legendary
Yeah.
voice in the world of Australian iRacing, and indeed just, sim racing commentary generally. But great to have him drop on by and lend his thoughts, because he's got a wealth of experience when it comes to all things V8 supercar racing, and certainly a lot of names in this one that we're seeing tonight, guys, that we haven't seen throughout the regular ASR seasons, and so many drivers getting on board for this amazing cause. It's been great to see with our update earlier from Troy Sipple on behalf of ASR, letting us know that we had an aim of $1,000 raised, and before we even started tonight, we were at $1,400. That is just incredible, and a massive thank you to everybody out there who's reached into their pockets and donated whatever you can. I know it's a tough time of year to be doing it, of course, with Christmas and gifts and all sorts going on around the place, but anything that you can help out with, even if it's $5 that you can send their way, then just check the description down below. That's got all the details. We really do appreciate you helping us to help an amazing organisation in Pink Finss.
Big chime out there too from MC Motorsport, so thank you very much, of course, for the great commentary, and credit to the ASR for pulling this event together. Thank you. And now, let's go, ADHD.
I mean,
That'll be
Ryan
Ryan
Palmer's in
Palmer, of
sixth.
course,
It's
if
not
he's
impossible,
in
is it?
P6.
With the field bunched up like this, it's going to be a big ask for him to finish on the podium. But when there's a slab on the line, I mean, you've got to step it up, don't you?
Yeah,
By
you
the way,
have
big-
to.
Go ahead.
So you have to lift when there is alcohol on the line, when there's beer on the line. There's
You're saying chicken
not
pudding?
a man,
No chicken pudding.
there's not a man in the world that would not step up for a slab. And that is certainly what Ryan Barber
I'm
is
still
doing.
getting
And I can
DMs
confirm
what a
as well.
slab is, but I think you guys have explained it. So there you go.
I can confirm he's also using this safety car period to message group chats with Steve in it to talk about the pub. Ryan, if you're listening, drive the car, please. We need you to not crash. That would be ideal. We're getting the wave bys now. Look at all the lap cars that are getting waved by. Hopefully we're not too far for a restart here. Half an hour to go. I'm going to do a quick calculation on how many laps we should get. Another 22 laps to get to the end here. So again, not quite race distance. We should get about 120 laps if we go in the next few minutes or close to that. So hopefully this may be the last safety car period, but you never know. It's nice to see as well, though, gentlemen. They fixed the engine on that first BMW, and we've got the original BMW safety car back out there.
You say that now, and it's probably going to be another one very soon.
I do. I very much have jinxed it.
I think Jared can
Speaking of jinxing things, we've brought in the teammate of the man that is currently, I'm going to call it the drive for a slab. He is, I don't know if is he aware? Josh, welcome into the booth. Obviously, you guys are sitting in a very strong position at the moment. Is Ryan Palmer aware that there's a slab on the line if he gets a podium here?
Look, I saw a comment that said that a donation will be doubled if there's a podium, but I haven't heard anything about a slab.
Well, I can inform you that Stephen Magnuson, Steve Magnuson has put a slab on the line. So, right. He's put a slab on the line.
Well, a double donation. So
yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to get back and whip him into shape, I reckon.
Well, he's done pretty well without.
Yes.
But that restart looked really good for you guys. You were sort of towards back in the top 10. Now you're right up in the top 6. You guys are looking strong towards the end of this race.
Yeah. Look, it's been a really good race for us. We've stuck to our plan and been able to execute so far. Probably the most interesting thing is the safety car before this, where I handed the car over to Ryan. I was actually asking him. I was sort of coming out of turn 11 when the safety car call came through, and I jumped on the radio to him and said, "Hey, do I need to come in this lap?" And he didn't answer me, so I sailed on past, and then he unmuted his microphone and he said, I was telling you to come in, but my mic was muted. So I just stayed up it for another lap, and I'll be honest, I jumped straight out of the car and off to the back of the pits for a comfort break. But I heard a rumour that there was a bit of a kerfuffle under safety car, and Ryan actually got out of the pits just in front of the safety car, and he did another lap at race pace as well. So we kind of, some of it has been luck tonight. Some of it has just been setting a game plan that was to just do laps. Such a tough course here. We've seen some people getting drive-throughs for X count and stuff. Touch wood, we're still at 0x. We're just cutting laps, staying out of trouble, doing our thing, and so far it's really working well.
Thankfully you said kerfuffle and not the way Mark Larkham said it.
There's something in the chat mentioned as well too about budgie something. What's in there?
Yeah. I am a huge.
Jared had a couple questions.
I am a huge Budgie Smuggler fan, so my summer uniform is a wide brim Bunnings hat, a pair of Budgie Smugglers, and a pair of Crocs. That's just about all you'll find me in. And Ryan and I have a Boxing Day party to go to, and we actually got some hot pink 80HD branded custom budgies made up just for that party. So I did consider wearing them tonight, but alas, I am in full racing attire, as you can see. But we are back racing, it's what a cool event this is, guys. I don't know what it's like being out of the car, but in the car, this is such a cool track. I am so glad that this is in iRacing.
It's such a wonderful circuit to watch, isn't it? It's provided some really exciting action tonight, and obviously we're at the restart now. We're back underway again, and I don't think we're going to be short of action for the next 30 minutes as we wind down here. And you guys are as well, certainly short of pants. That's correct. But I think you guys are in a very strong position to move forward here. I can see Jared there. Jared's itching to ask a question. I think I might actually.
No, mate, no. I was
Jared,
just gonna jump in and say, look, Josh is going to want to get back to helping Ryan out with this, because when there's a slab on the line, it needs both their heads to calculate fuel numbers, even if it is only for 10 laps. So we'll let him get back to it, eh?
Both of our heads still doesn't equal one normal one. So yeah, look, I'd love to get back and have a chat to Ryan. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you to ASR for putting this on, and some really good results I'm hearing in our hunt for a bit of money for Pink Finss, which is just an absolutely fantastic result. We're here to have fun, but really what this is about is giving to some people who need it as we head up to Christmas. I'm really, really happy that we could do our part. And just before I go, a big shout out to Scott Stevens at iRacing Designs. Those who are or who have seen our car before might notice it looks a little different tonight. We've got a lot more pink on board. We've got some Pink Finss logos. We're really excited on our part, and we are keen. We are keen to see how tonight goes. But thank you for having me. I hope everyone's had a wonderful night, and yeah, let's see how this goes for the last few laps.
Yeah, thank you very much, Josh. Just before we go as well, one last question. We've had a request for a pic of the budgie smuggler. So if you could sort that out, we'd love to get a picture of the budgie smuggler. Doesn't have to be on.
I've got one with me wearing them.
They didn't specify on, so that's entirely dealer's choice. But we have had a request for the budgie, a picture of the budgie smuggler.
Don't you worry, Josh. I'll make sure the boys in the booth see exactly the photo you're talking about. I know the one, and it will make its way in here. You have a good night, mate. Best of luck.
I'm retiring from motorsport.
Thanks, guys.
Announce this
See you later.
Anyway.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. He runs away as they all.
Have a look at this.
This is good stuff, and this is
traffic
this battle at the front.
Heading
Traffic.
to the.
It is rush hour indeed, heading to the Parklands. But this is what I predicted, or what I think a few of us actually predicted. We saw this coming. It is. Fishy Motorsports, Ken Ladder is right behind Blake Warboys in the WKNP Sim Sports car, and he is not letting him get away. So this, as we said earlier, is an absolute free kick for Ken Ladder. He was 3.5 seconds behind before this safety car, and now he is right on the rear diffuser, the rear gearbox, or the gearbox of the not the Fishy Motorsports car, the WKNP Sim Sports Mustang. So this battle for the lead, we have about 22 minutes remaining in this race, probably about 18 or so laps, I would suggest, remaining in this race, and he is in, Ken Ladder, the box seat to try and make a move to upset the team, I should say, that has led majority of this race so far. They took the lead after the second safety car restart, and they've held it ever since. And now Ken Ladder and Fishy Motorsports in the 15 car are threatening to upset that with just over 20 minutes to go in this race. Gentlemen, we have a race on our hands.
Yeah, we sure do. And I think the question remains now, where are you going to where is Ken going to strike? Like, we already see him fire a warning shot, but they reach 2 laps to go down at the staircase section. So if he's if he's smart enough, if you're calculating enough, he could try and make a dive at turn 4, or he can wait a little longer enough and go for a dive at turn 9. It looks like he's got a bit of a run now heading into turn 4. Will he do it? Oh, no. right up on the diffuser of the WKNP Sim Sports Ford Mustang. It's not going to be here. It might be turn 9, but he has to have a really good exit coming out of 7 to try and get some sort of a run into 8.
That's right. The drive off 7 here is going to be crucial for Ken Ladder, and he's going to probably get a few opportunities of this, but he does not want to waste the best one. He didn't quite get the drive he wanted there. He's a little bit tailing on the exit of 7 into 8, so he won't be close enough, I would imagine, under braking on the way towards turn 9 now. You see, they have walked away from the 427 car in the background. They have just disappeared into the distance of the Banter Alliance phase. That is cars
into the fence.
Into the fence. There is cars at turn 9. That is massive damage for the Angry Birds racing car, the 014 car of Rick Vigar. That is massive damage. That was at turn 6, just before turn 7. So that's through the staircase section. Hopefully, piston brake can get going again. That is, I believe, Phil Whiting that he's had a run in with. Oh, look at that. Massive contact. And There was a quantum car involved in that one as well.
And almost in a
And,
similar spot to the Ryan Wood Brock Feeney incident that happened in the
It was, yeah.
final. Yeah, that
In
area.
a relatively similar fashion as well.
It was too small to see, but it was on a quantum level that we couldn't quite look at exactly the micro detail on the. That's the first time I've ever done that quantum pun. Can you believe all this time?
Wow.
All this time,
taking you that long
all
to get
this
a quantum
time,
pun in.
all this time, you finally got a pun in.
There we go.
Jared's gonna
He's
DM me
been
later
sitting on that one for. He's been sitting on that one for quite a while, I think.
No, I'm going to allow
That
that
was
one.
big.
Because
Jared's gonna be like,
that was
that-
one of
that
your
was-
best,
that-
mate. I will pay
That was too. He'd be like, "That's too small of you." I thought it'd be something more on an atomic level when you're talking about puns like that.
It's not getting any better.
It's not. help me, chat. You're my only hope.
You're my only hope. Well, actually, I think Reese Wakefield might save you here. He's going to go for a move on Scott Weston into turn 9. That is a lovely overtake up into 16th place. And he will continue to move forward in this field. It's been a little bit of an up and down evening for the One Performance Racing Cars. They're still down 7 spots, but they have been in worse spots this evening. Wayne Walker, they started right on the front row and they are now 15 spots down in 17th place. So it has been a difficult night for the Accelerate Sim Racing team, and Wayne Walker currently behind the wheel. They have not had the evening I think they probably expected they would have when this race started, but that is the nature of endurance racing, isn't it, gentlemen? You can start right up towards the front of the field and then things just won't go your way. You'll have incidents here and there. That massive pile up earlier certainly would not have helped the situation, and all of a sudden you find yourself right back down the order.
100%. And yeah, it's the nature of endurance racing. You look at any endurance race, you could have had possibly the best strategy you could have, and that's a pass for the lead.
Oh, that is a pass for the lead. That is Fishy Motorsports and Ken Latta up into the lead in this race. He got it done at turn 9, which you spoke about earlier, Isaac.
As expected.
It was getting that drive off 7 was crucial through turn 8 down towards turn 9, and that we'll have to get a replay of that overtake, but a brilliant call from yourself. And he has a look back up the inside. It's not done yet for Blake Warboys. He has not seen the last of the lead of this race, at least in his opinion anyway. Ken Latta, he needs to stay alert because he has got that WKMP Sim Sports Mustang all over his rear end at the moment. He needs to put this pace to good use now. Try and walk away, create a bit of breathing room. He has got the faster car at the moment, but how much can he put that to effect? How well can Blake Warboy stay with him? He's doing quite a great job at the moment, staying right on the rear end. A good run through the staircase section for the 63 car, I must say. He's looking nice and strong through turn 7. That was close to contact. That has compromised his exit, though. He's not going to be close enough, I don't think, because he carried a lot of speed into turn 7, but it just compromised his exit through turn 8 now. And I think he's going to be safe this time around, Ken Latta, but he needs to stay alert because it's so easy for, as we saw, for Blake Warboys to re-invite himself back up the inside if Ken is not careful.
And the one thing that Blake shouldn't be doing now is to get a replay. That's quite a bit of a gap.
That is a late breaking move. He has made that look very easy. Late breaking move.
Clean.
James for Phase BR was also making contact with the turn 8 wall in the background of that overtake as well. So there was a bit happening up and down in the field. That's right, everything was happening. Gaps out to half a second. And this is the battle pack all the way from 10th place back to 18th or 17th with Accelerate Endurance. So this is a train that's starting to form in the mid-pack now. And well and truly, the battle for Sheep Stations is alive. We are approaching 15 minutes to go in this race. We are getting towards the pointy end of the race now, and there's smoke in the background. Someone's touched some gravel somewhere.
We got a damn. Yeah.
Someone's off.
We got something.
We got something. What have we got? Talk us through what we can see here.
That's a replay.
Troy Stipple.
Oh, clip as well too.
Oh, and it's right.
Oh, that's massive. That's massive. That might be a late safety car, gentlemen, because the track is pretty much blocked. There's a ton of cars all damaged all over the place. It looks like a Los Angeles highway on a Friday afternoon for a holiday weekend. It is jam packed full of bumper-to-bumper cars. That's because everybody does like 90 to 100 on a freeway in Los Angeles. If you've ever been there before, and you get 20-car pile-ups, and that is a lot of damaged cars, and they're still bumper carring through. I thought the Ekka and the Sydney show is over, but it's happening here, gentlemen.
It certainly is happening, and bumper. That's a broken front end for that's Wayne Walker behind the wheel of that car at the moment, and it goes.
They're still racing, but they're still green.
They're still going. There's no safety car yet, which is we'd be up to 6 if we did get one now. But this is a change of lead again. So that while we've been distracted by the bumper cars that are going on, we have had another change for the lead, and Blake Warboys is back at the front of this field from Ken Latta. So this is the gloves are off now between these gentlemen, and the fight for the lead of this race is well and truly alive. Do not count out FaZe BAR in the background. They are only a second away from this field, and they are pushing hard. This is the move. So ran deep into the corner to Ken Latta, and that just opened the door for Blake Warboys to walk on through, and that was a very late braking move. And that was indeed a nice move again from Blake Warboys to get back up in the lead, keeping himself in the game. Ken Latta now has a bit of work to do. There'll be a flat spot on that tyre. Not entirely sure how much that will affect you in iRacing actually, but I don't think it's affecting him too much at this stage. Look how close he is on the front straight. Turn 1 will not be a place to get that overtake done, but a good run through here. This is where you need to start to nail it. All the way through here, all the way to turn 7 is going to be crucial for Ken Latta if he wants to get this move done. Have a little bit of a think about a move at turn 3, 4. No.
Blake almost
he
had
thought about it.
I guess he's joined the fray now.
He's got to use his back marker. He's got to use the back marker, and he did well.
Oh! Huge contact, but he's still going. He's pushing on. There's front damage to the 15 car of Ken Latta. You can see the pedal beat that he has taken after contact with the back marker, but he is still pushing on. He is right in behind Blake Warboys. Do not count out James in the FaZe BAR car, or the other Fishy Motorsports car in the background as well, through turn 8 as James right past it. You cannot see. This is going to end in tears. Side by side into turn 9, around the outside for Ken Latta, gets escorted wide by Blake Warboys. This is brilliant racing between these gentlemen. The gloves are well and truly off. We are 15 minutes to go in this race, not even, almost 10 minutes to go in this race. The time is starting to fly for these guys. It is starting to run out, and Blake Warboys leads the way from Ken Latta, but James from FaZe BR has invited himself to this party. Do not count out Jamie Dyke as well. He is in the background lurking as well. We're going to have a 4-way fight for the lead of this race with 10 minutes to go, gentlemen.
All it needed was for someone to have either a moment or something that will cause the sparks to fly, and we've just seen that. I think Race Control is going to have a look at that, see what the go will be, but I'm going to just refrain from any comment for the time being, because this could end in controversy.
Very well good.
Yeah, and you look at this, guys, too. Dean's only in P5. He's second back. And then you got Ryan Palmer as well, too. So this is not going to be just a 4-horseway fight, gentlemen. This could be 6 or 7 cars at the dying stage of this race here.
Ken's overdriving the car now, and I think there might be damage to that Mustang. So he just needs to settle it down now. Needs to settle back into a rhythm. Don't overdrive the car. Don't let your rim miss descend, because that's going to end in absolute agony as we see a replay here.
Yeah, it's hard to say that one.
It basically just and then submit that to race control.
That's my statement. Well, 16 minutes to go in this race, gentlemen, and I think we'll probably get in a couple more laps. I'll turn to my little lap calculator just to see if we can get
we've got a couple of slowdowns as well, so look at those little yellows next to those.
So Fishy Motorsports, that's Ken Latta. That's going to leave him vulnerable to FaZe BAR behind. And then Dyke also has a slowdown, which is inviting who is that in the 19 or the 9.5 car?
Dean Logsdale.
He's also inviting himself.
Yeah,
Dean
Dean's
Logsdale
coming through
inviting
there.
himself into this.
Whoa,
and also
into the
Ryan
fence.
Palmer. Into the fence. So Ryan Palmer, he could get a podium here. He is in contention for a podium. These guys are still going at it. They're going to have to sort this out before we get down to turn 2. We have a new leader of the race. It is Fishy Motorsports. So Ken Latta has found himself in the lead of this race from Blake Warboys, from James Face BR, locks up on the run in, does Dean Logsdale. And now we have the one performance car, the 51 car is now back in this. So everyone is starting to close in on this lead pack as a result of this. The race has gone off. Ryan Betts is here now. So it's Ken Latta from Blake Warboys, from James, from Dean Logsdale, from Jamie Dyke, from Ryan Palmer. Jamie Dyke's now lost a couple of spots. Dyke's in the wall. Jamie Dyke is in the wall.
Yeah, we'll keep it
In
on.
the background,
Picture,
we have lost him.
Oh, there's a lot of damage too.
There's a lot of damage to that car.
And he missed a pillar. This pillar entrance is already done and dusted, so he's going to go all the way around again.
That's going to be absolutely heartbreaking. Up the inside goes Ryan Palmer on the 195 car that he's, or the one performance racing car that he's batting. It's a one performance, that's Ryan Betts, Ryan Palmer. So the battle of the Ryans at the moment for 5th place on the road. And it is all happening here. We have just under 10 minutes to go in this race. It is Ken Latta that leads the way, but a question mark over how wounded that car is. A replay now of what happened to Jamie Dyke, just wide,
on the grass.
just on the grass, and there's no way you can go at that point. Very Brody Kostecki-esque when he got on the oil strip in qualifying, I think it was. On the Friday, ended up in the wall, and now we have. That's when the engine went bang, but there was no oil on the track today for Jamie Dyke to hit, so he did that all on his own car. 29 and 039 on lap 106, a drive through for car 20. So that's down the field on the 266 sim racing car. And this battle is still going on between the Ryans, the battle of the Ryans for 5th place, a spot in the top 5. After 3 hours of racing, a spot in the top 5 would be a massive reward for either of these teams. They've worked so hard to get here. It's been a really hard fought race. Ryan Betts up 36 spots.
He started from dead last. Dead last, and he could be on his way. Here we go.
Up the inside. Here we go.
That's 5th.
He sent Ryan Palmer wide there, almost in the wall, but that is 37 spots now. So Denny P and Ryan Betts started last in this race, and they are now inside the top 5. That is a mega result. Ken Latta up 3 spots to be leading this race with just over 5 minutes to go. We're about at 7.5 minutes left in this race. 113 laps gone. We have 10 laps left on the counter. We won't get that many in this time. We should get add another 4 laps, I would think. Get us close to the 120 mark. Yeah. He is under huge pressure here with not too long in this race to go. How
David
long?
Bowie and Queen should be in here in the middle. under pressure.
Yeah. But I'm just noticing, it's looking like Blake Warboys has a little bit of damage on the front right, or the front left, sorry, of his car as well. So there's a little bit of damage on both these cars. They may be walking wounded. James in the Phase BAR car, not too far behind either. The 195 car with Dean Logsdale is also in the mix here. This is still far from over, gentlemen.
The damage on the front end of Warboy's car will be when he hit the back end of that Sid Briggs Mustang, I would assume.
Yes, that's.
I feel like the Warboys is from the one of the Mad Max movies, wasn't it? The Warboys.
Oh, Denny P is also correcting me. He's driving with Reese, not Ryan, so I do apologise.
Don't forget about Dean and P4, gentlemen.
Dean and P4.
The 9 tenths of SimSport. He's come right up there. We know we've got a lot of Dean fans out there. Not this Dean
absolutely
up
correct.
here, but this other Dean who does a lot for Motorsports Australia. And he's doing a solid job here.
He is a very solid job. But yes, apologies to Denny P. His car, the 970 car, is actually in 8th place at the moment. So they're also doing a wonderful job up in 8th place. But yeah, Ryan Betts, 51 car, doing a brilliant job. Up the inside goes Hayden Sykes on Ashley Hall. And Ashley Hall is not done yet. He's going to fight back at this one. Sends it a little bit. Oh, there's contact and they're going to turn. That's going to end in tears for Ashley Hall, who's going to stop right on the racing line. I thought this was going to end
an awkward place.
This is such an awkward stop. You just got to wait for the train to go through. Is there anyone coming? Yes. How long will he sit there for? Hopefully, here come the leaders. So hopefully he gets out of the way before the leaders get here. This would be disastrous if he's still there. He is still there, but he's turned around. So he's got out of the way of the leaders, which is good for Ken Latta, who can breathe a sigh of release. He's still going to navigate these back markers, though. So they has to find a way through. Has to get past. There is 5 minutes left in this race. The amount of time that Greg Murphy spent in a Portaloo in Bathurst all those years ago is how long we have left in this race.
That would be
massive contact with the wall to the outside. This is still going on. Riley Simmons, Paul Burns, Scott Weston. This is for sheep stations, gentlemen. They are outside the top 10, 12th, 13th, and 14th, and is for absolute sheep stations. There's an incident between 080 and car 16 on lap 11. 5-second penalty for car 16, who was sitting in Dean Logsdale. So he's P4. He's 2.5 seconds ahead of the One Performance Racing car. So he could lose a spot to both to Ryan Betts and Ryan Palmer here unless he can put the foot down and create a gap, a considerable gap between those guys. Because what car was that he had contact with all those laps ago? Where is the 080 car? Fishy Motorsport. So that's what happened to Jamie Dyke. So that explains why he ran wide at the final corner. But it's still going on, gentlemen. It's not resolved itself at the front yet. This is going to the wide. This is exactly what we love to see. Lap cars, back markers, trying to get out of the way of this lead group. Look at the run that Blake Warboys has got off of turn 7 on the run through turn 8 now. Absolutely blind, as Ryan Palmer told us earlier. You cannot see anything as you run through behind the rear wing of another car. You just have to turn in and hope. He's not close enough on this occasion. He has a little bit of a think about it, but Kenneth Latta is ahead for now. Gentlemen, I'm on the edge of my seat. I hope everyone at home is on the edge of the seat. What an end to this race. This is 3 hours later, and here we are, the top 3 cars separated by less than a second.
This is going to be absolutely intense. And I'm just thinking more about Chastity in P3. He could literally just hold back and see if the cork, explodes. And he could do a Bradbury and win the race. But anything can happen, with only, 3 minutes left? So that's maybe 3 laps to go?
Yeah, I would say, I'm only three laps to go at the most, I would suggest. I don't think we're going to get many more from here. And the running out of opportunities is Blake Warboys. He has to maximise, as you said earlier, Isaac, he has to maximise that exit off of this corner right here, turn 7. This is crucial for setting yourself up to look into turn 9. They talk about it so much when the big boys go here in real life as well. When we hear for the grand final not that long ago, they talk about maximising the run off 7 through 8 to get into 9, but he just hasn't carried enough down the front straight. A little bit of a contact with the wall in the background for one of those cars. I think that was the One Performance Racing car. He's actually closed right up to the back of Dean Logsdale. So Dean Logsdale's lost touch with these front 3 and has now lost a lot of time to Ryan Betts, who could actually get that position done on track before this race is over. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock, so they'll get this lap and one more. So 2 laps to go in this race. This is James. I apologise for not saying his last name. I don't want to get it wrong.
Chastaneuf. James Chastaneuf.
James Chastaneuf. Okay, I will remember that now. I apologise, James. I don't like to say people's names wrong. I like to get it right. But James, he has driven a brilliant race, hasn't he? He's stayed with these front 2. He has not lost touch. He is in the box seat. But if anything happens here between Ken and Blake, he could come through. He could do a Stephen Bradbury here to win this race. It is far from over. Off turn 7. It's a brilliant exit for all 3 drivers. The problem for Blake Warboys is that Ken Latta is getting such a good drive off that turn 7 as well. He is just walking away off this corner into the distance. despite that front end damage. Another 30-second penalty for car 44 for contact with car 71. So that's Aiden Sykes. That's that incident we saw in the staircase section not too long ago. So that's a huge penalty for Aiden Sykes in car 44. That'll drop him right down to, I'd say, to 23rd place behind Quantum Racing and car 868. But this should be it. We should be commencing the final lap of the race now, if I am not mistaken. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I believe, Jared, if I'm not wrong, this should be the final lap of the race. I'm sure you'll correct me if I have got that wrong, but we are about to tick over.
Just caught the white flag on the way past there. It is absolutely the last lap.
Well,
it won't show up, of course, on our software because the white flag for time is still an issue after the UI update, but it is 100% the last lap of this race.
Well, 119 laps, and it has come down to this, the final lap. We are still yet to resolve who finishes where in the top three in this field. Will it be Ken Latta that holds on? Can Blake Warboys find his way back to the front of this field after leading for so long in this race? Or can James Chastanoff provide the major upset, come from third on the road on the last lap to win the whole thing? You'd have to think Ken Latta looking in a strong position, but James Chastanoff contact for Blake Warboys. James Chastanoff looked to the inside. He's covered by Warboys. Chastanoff around the outside at turn 9. Can he get the drive off the corner? I don't think he can. He slips a little bit in the marbles and he will mix out, but that was a very aggressive move after contact for Warboys. But it is going to be pending no more mistakes after 119 laps of racing, 3 hours on the road. The number 15 Fishy Motorsports with Ken Latta at the wheel is going to win the Pink Finss Adelaide 400 charity race from Blake Warboys, from James Chastanoff, and then across the line in fourth will be Dean Logsdale, but he has a 5-second penalty hanging over his head and he will lose a spot to both Ryan Betts and Ryan Palmer, who will both finish inside the top 5. But we are still yet done. We are not done yet, gentlemen. A lock up here from the 100 car. I'm losing my voice. It's all happening here at the end of this race. I'm struggling to talk. I've got to get air in, gentlemen. There is so much happening, still so many positions left to resolve. A lock up for Jason Benz there at the hairpin at turn 19, and they will cross the line. And wow, what a race. 5 safety cars, 119 laps, 3 hours, not quite 400 kilometers, but we got close, and it all came down to about half a second in the end. What a race.
This would definitely be a classic. If we do the Adelaide 400 each year, I reckon it will get better year after year.
Absolutely, side by side across the line. Who was that? That's Fishy Motorsports, I believe, and Jamie Dye going side by side with Sideways Esports on the line. I'd love to see the gaps there, but multiple cars still yet to come across the line. It will be Quantum Sim Racing 868 car in James Hardy that is the last across the line. And donuts as well deserved for Ken Latta and Fishy Motorsports. They have earned those donuts today, and a brilliant victory here today for this team. And they drove absolutely brilliantly. They're up 3 spots to take that win, but we got to give a shout out to Ryan Bakes. 38 spots he gained in the end there with that penalty that is applied to Dean Logsdale, that 5-second penalty. So he moved from the back of the field all the way to 4th, and that is a wonderful drive.
Definitely drive the entire race for the OPR entry, Ryan Bettis, and that's big on who co-drove. It's been a long race. And,
it has been a long race. But here are our results, actually, and pending those penalties being applied, I think this is the result. So Fishy Motorsports from WKMP Sim Sports 63 car, then FaZe BAR with James Chastanoff behind the wheel at the end of the race there, rounding out the podium. Then it is 95 Sim Sport, who will have a 5-second penalty applied, will drop to 6th place as a result. Dean Logsdale behind the wheel, and then it was Ryan Betts behind the wheel of that One Performance Racing car. Ryan Palmer gets himself into the top 5. Not quite the podium he needed for a slab, but I'm sure he'll take a top 5. He'll be super happy with that. Reese Wakefield ended up back into 7th place with Danny P as his teammates. They up 2 spots in the end. Strong result. Then it was Leapfrog Racing with Mark Poynton behind the wheel in 8th place. Then 8-1 Sim Racing. Fully Served United SLS Racing rounds out the top 10 from Frog Leap. 801 Sim Racing. Very low bar. Quantum Racing, the 100 car, with Jason Benz behind the wheel finishing in 14th. EWT Racing. Sideways Esports. Fishy Motorsport. Jamie Dyke after that contact, and massive contact, I should say, with the wall at the final corner with a few laps to go. Then it was Team AJR Rockhard Racing. They finished Adrian Zell behind the wheel. Then Glenn Boyce in 19th place, and Locked On Racing with Peter Wilkinson rounding out the top 20. And looking further afield, we have Syncom Motorsports 44 car, 266 Sim Racing, Quantum Racing the 868 car, Paul the Bowen Stewart Foundation car 180, and I believe who was that finished behind the wheel? It was Michael Stewart that finished behind the wheel. Then Troy Sipple in the 17 car I had finishing next in the queue, but it was 25th in the queue, so that may have been a couple drivers. No, that's correct. And then 266 Sim Racing again. Sonic Boom 266 as well. WKMP Sim Sports once again. SLS Racing. Piston Broke. Angry Birds Racing. 266 Sim Racing in 32nd. Quantum Racing. Accelerate Endurance a day. It was a very struggling day for them after starting on the front row. It was a disappointing end after some contact with multiple cars. They were caught up in quite a few incidents. They lost 32 spots in the end, and a difficult day for Wayne Walker behind the wheel of that car. Then it was Michael Power, Todd Duggan, Damien Cairns, Jason Douglas for JMR, then Andrew Hoffman of Southern Cross Racing, and Jesse McMahon in the 397 car. And I believe we now do have some interviews, so I'll hand over to yourself, Jared Cole, to run us through who we have in the booth with us.
And a brilliant job calling that one, Isaac, as all the boys done here tonight. But it is time to chat to our winners. Ken Ladder and Mick Whiting join us in the booth. Gentlemen, what a final 15 minutes or so you've just put on for us. Congratulations on coming home with the win in the Pink Finns Adelaide 400.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Massive shout out to Kenny. I mean, that was mainly on him. I was really off the pace on that race. So, yeah, he killed it. Did an awesome job.
Yeah, look, Mick, we might start with you. How did it feel sitting outside of the car at the end of that race, watching that all happen?
I reckon for the last 10 minutes I didn't take a breath.
So you managed to get one in there,
and yeah, come back down there.
But it was pretty full on from our perspective as well. Ken, I imagine you're feeling more than a little bit sweaty now. When did you feel like you really had that wrapped up?
Well, I honestly thought I had it wrapped up when I got Worsby originally, and then I made a mistake and let him go, and then obviously when we had that bloody back marker that interfered with the both of us, and then it just, I was thinking to myself, oh, who's got more damage? And I sort of felt like maybe my car was maybe a little less, and it still felt reasonably racy, and at that point I still felt I had it, and I grazed the wall a couple of times. I thought, oh no, I'm going to throw this away just by hitting the wall at this rate. But no, I managed to keep it together, thankfully.
Yeah, mate, we were watching with bated breath here, just waiting for that dive at turn 9. That incident with the back marker, though, I do wonder, did you find that Blake had maybe a little bit less pace after making contact there? Because it looked like, even though you had the car pushed over in front of you there, it looked like he actually dropped a fair bit more pace with the bit of damage that he picked up there. Did that give you just a little bit of an edge for those last few laps?
I think so, and I did notice that he wasn't able to hold me in the closing laps, so I was able to sort of relax just a little bit and make sure I hit my marks and not get any slowdowns, which is obviously a killer around here, but yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch this one unfold from up here in the booth, and the relative comfort of not having to worry about where we're actually finishing up or fuel strategy or anything like that. Before I do let you go, anyone you want to say hello to or give a shout out to?
Kenny, or you?
Oh, okay.
I'll do it if you're like. All the guys, obviously, on the team, West End Motor Group, Infinity Designs, Index Designs, DC Shades, all the boys at the team, obviously, all the practice and everything during the week. So, And obviously, you guys here at ASR as well.
Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you in the booth, and congratulations on a massive drive the whole way through. It's going to be a bit of a joy to go back and watch this again, honestly, when I'm not frantically flicking around to see what's going on throughout the field, because it provided some incredible racing here. We expected a lot from Adelaide, and you amongst a field of amazing drivers have absolutely delivered that for us, so thank you so much.
Cheers, boys.
And well done to Worsby and Chastity as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And Ladder, Mick Whiting, congratulations, you've taken the win.
Cheers.
You.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Right.
Fishy Motorsports walking away with that one tonight, Isaac, and we don't have Blake in the green room at the moment, so we might go to P3, and we'll bring in James Shastinov and Paul Young. Gentlemen, congratulations on a P3 here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good race.
We were almost expecting just at the end there, James, you might manage to sneak in a bit of a Bradbury moment and come from behind when those two came together, but it just wasn't quite on, was it?
Yeah, no, the two in front got a bit scared or something. I was sitting there hoping and waiting, but yeah, no, it was those guys were racing pretty hard, and yeah, the fact that we didn't all end up in the fence a couple of times, shows pretty good out there too.
Now, Paul, you were no doubt in James' ear pretty much for the last, 15 minutes or so there, just talking him off a ledge every time he wanted to send a move up the inside of turn 9. But from a strategy perspective, how did that one play out for you tonight, do you reckon?
I think we called it right, but we had sort of the flexibility that we're both similar pace, so we didn't have to worry about, where we're fast and slow and that sort of stuff. We just we weren't planning on me doing the double middle stint. We were planning on changing every time, but we were able to just play to the safety cars. So we filled it up every time, and then we just had the flexibility at the end that whoever's in there stays in there, because then we kind of realised after the third or fourth, fifth safety car that it's going to go time certain as well.
Yeah, that's certainly something we were trying to do the maths on throughout. We didn't have to think about a race going on at the same time, so you've done a brilliant job to manage that right throughout. Gents, a great result for you. P3 is no mean feat amongst a field absolutely chock full of very, very fast drivers. You've absolutely delivered for BAR tonight. Anyone you want to say hello to before we let you go and celebrate this one?
Yep. Big thank you to Shervo watching on the broadcast, hopefully, if he's actually found it. We don't know. Thanks to the whole team, Phase 4 and Bar as well. All the practice we did through week 13 as well. It's been pretty good. So thanks to all those guys and all our sponsors and that. I don't know if Paul wants to shout out to anyone.
You've covered it, both teams, Phase 4 Motorsport and Bar, and to you guys for the broadcast, which I'll be sure to watch that later. And Race Control, this is our first race in this league, and it was really, really enjoyable. Had a ball.
Second that, thank you.
We cannot ask for more than that. As long as everyone had fun out there tonight for a great cause, then we have absolutely nailed it, I reckon. And the ASR admins putting on another fantastic event. James, Paul, congratulations. A great drive and so close to a potential win, but cannot argue at all with the podium spot here. You can absolutely walk out heads held high and go and celebrate that one, hey?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly shout out thanks to Jeanette and Rachel.
I'm sure I know who you're talking about, and I reckon they're probably hanging around in the chat there somewhere, so they'll no doubt see it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Well, that brings tonight's events to a bit of a close. I'm just waiting to see if we might have a little last-minute update at all on the donations tonight to Pink Finss, Isaac and Isaac, but it's been, well, I mean, this is exactly why we come to Adelaide, isn't it? This sort of racing, to have that come off tonight the way that it did, I could not have asked for a better spectacle for what people are here to watch, as well as supporting Pink Finss, right?
Exactly.
I think Isaac, your voice by this stage must be just about cooked, mate, after those last few laps as well.
Yeah, I definitely need to go and get myself some water. I think think I don't know how many what my workout was in those final few laps, but man, how good was that to watch, especially those closing laps. We knew that last safety car was just going to create a little bit of element of pressure for Blake Warboys, and it did. Ken Latta seized the opportunity. We knew he had pace. That 3.5 second gap was going to be difficult for him to overcome before the safety car, but thankfully he would have been cheering. He got the free kick, as it were, to close right back up and have a go at the back of that WKMP car before the end of the race, and he made it count. He had a couple little mistakes there, but I think those three guys just really showed the level of skill, the level of professionalism that these drivers have in this league, in this sport. And it was, man, just honestly, I know I did a lot of talking, my voice hurts, but just so privileged to watch that battle, because it was something to behold, really.
I tell you what a setup it is for Season 7 kicking off in early January. It is going to be another amazing season of racing with ASR. And of course, you'll catch it all right here on Simple Racing Broadcast. So do make sure you've got that subscription set up, and we will be starting to set up the schedule over the next week or so you can check out all of the great racing that we've got to kick off 2026, which is just around the corner. Ladies and gents, we thank you so much for tuning in tonight for what is a very special event that we do run every year. I mean, it's only 2 so far, but this is how great things start, isn't it? The Pink Finns Foundation is one well worth the support, and we would ask you, if you haven't had an opportunity to jump on and chuck a donation their way, please do. All the info is just down below. We don't have an update just at the moment on the tally, but my promise to you is that as soon as I've got that, I will come back and I'll update the YouTube description. So feel free to drop back by the recording of this broadcast and take a look there. I'll also try and get some numbers to post around the various Facebook groups that you might have seen this pop up on as well, because by the sound of things, we have well and truly eclipsed that $1,000 target that we had for this year, which is just phenomenal and so great to hear. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to share the booth with you once again. Isaac and Isaac, thank you so much for jumping on in and helping support a brilliant cause here tonight.
No worries.
And
thanks for having me.
Until next time, folks, do look after yourselves. Enjoy your Christmas if it's what you celebrate, and if it's not, I hope you've got some well-earned and well-deserved time off coming your way. We'll be back in the very, very early days of January to start off all of the new seasons that are coming our way. We do hope we'll see you then. If not, do take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time. It is goodbye for now.